Oh my gosh! Welcome everybody. Good day. Good day. I forgot that I have that ending be very, very short, and so I did not have much of a black screen to get things sorted and back in order. Anyway, welcome everyone. Good day. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? For anyone who has not seen the teaser trailer, that was the teaser trailer. So, yeah, we finally have a teaser trailer that doesn't have spelling mistakes in it, because that happened the first time. Dark times. Dark times. This is why you use spell check, everybody. Because if you don't, you're bound to put a spelling mistake in your teaser trailer. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, well, glad you're all here. Seelick, welcome. Glad you're here. Zach, it looked like you showed up about half an hour early, and I apologize, but I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Cool Man Chill, you're so close. You're so close on the mana. Hootie Hend, of course. Welcome. Glad you're over here on Twitch and on YouTube. Glad you're here. I saw the trailer on YouTube. I figured most YouTube watchers hopefully should have by now, but if not, that's totally fine. But, you know, I figure might as well throw it in the beginning of the stream. It's like 30 seconds long, so you know. Let's see. Kemdari says, hello, every Nyan. Who else is RPGing their maker? You know I am, and we're all about to be. Oh my gosh, I feel like I have that really low. Let me pull that up just a little bit. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Let's see, who else? Hootie Hand, close to what? I believe, and I may have this wrong, but I believe Cool Man Chill is saving up for the name and credits. Is that correct? I'm making my RPGs. There you go. No shot, that first scene was on the color palette. Well, it's not. It's not on the color palette, unfortunately. I wish it was. But yeah, no. Let me pull this back up. Oh wait, that's right. Yeah, definitely is not in the color palette. I wish it was. As much as I really wish it was. I did have to expand it just a little bit. But I figured for a trailer, it's not the end of the world to have it expanded. So I was like, not the end of the world. But if it is, let me know. Let's see here. What else we got? No shot. Let's see. Cool Man Chill also says, also the quote, the mage must be found dead or alive is so badass. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cool Man Chill. There was a very, very fine line between trying to make it like dark and mysterious, but not cringe. And I was hoping that it wasn't gonna be cringe, but so hopefully it doesn't come across as cringe. There were other lines in there that I had to remove that I was like, yeah, this is a little bit too cringe. So, let's see. Just wishlisted. There's a stroke for tonight. Just wishlisted Tomb of Vercilias on Steam, by the way. I appreciate that, Zach. Thank you. And Mathra. I completely forgot that I'm just going with Mathra because I cannot make my mouth say Mathra Dorgs very well. Welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah. So if you haven't wishlisted already, let me just do a little bit of exclamation mark wishlist, and there we go. There's the link. There's a link. So for anyone who is wanting to be able to play this game when it comes out, also to be able to play the demo once that does finally come out, which we are working on. We're making progress, and hopefully we'll be able to get further along tonight. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so there it is, Tomb of Vercilias. If you just pull it up, you can also just search for Tomb of, and it should. Okay, so it's now number 3. When we first had this on Steam, it was down at the bottom. It was below Tomb of Dread. Again, I don't know if this is actually based off of how many wish lists or like how many sales or like I don't know how this whole thing goes because it's not alphabetical. If it was alphabetical, it would be Tomb of Chakal, and then Tomb of Dread, and then Tomb of Masks, and then Tomb of Tyrants, and then Tomb of Vercilias. And that's what I assumed, but then I was like, wait, no, it's not alphabetical, so I don't know. I don't know how this all works, but I would like to tell myself that it's just a matter of people wishlisting, and that's what's making it go up in the ranks. Who knows if that's actually true, but hopefully one day that means we'll be able to be above Tomb of Mask. Fingers crossed. Nothing against Tomb of Mask or Tomb of Tyrants, but I just hope we're above it one day. Anyway, well, glad you're all here. Welcome. And yeah, so if you remember from last time, we did a couple things. We were working on a few things. The first thing was the bug we were having in the game, where apparently RPG Maker does not like it if I am checking 60 times a second if there is a save game or not. Because we had a bug on the Sunday stream where all of a sudden the game started running at about 1 FPS, and it was not good at all. And eventually we discovered that the problem was because, and if I come over to here, nope, displays, there we go. Unfull screen that. Yeah, had an issue where over here, if we pull up the HUD, so this is all of like the text and the everything else that's being shown in the game. And if I come down here to save game 1, there you are, save file, or save file 2, sure. So basically, they have conditions, and so, you know, you can have them show or not show based off of switches, variables, or anything else you can put into JavaScript. And so one of the conditions that I have, that used to be the first condition, was it was checking the data manager to see if game file 2 existed. And it was checking that 60 times a second. And the game was not a fan of that. I don't know why it suddenly randomly decided to start having a problem with it, because there wasn't a problem before, and then all of a sudden there was. So I don't know what it was that made it actually happen, but it did happen. And now we've switched it around. And I'm trying to remember who suggested it. Someone absolutely fantastic suggested that we switch it around and make it so that we're checking the variables first, because the variables will almost always be false, unless you are on either the new game screen or the load game screen. And so by checking the variables first, that is a much cheaper check than checking for an actual file. So it's just checking a variable in the game. So then we were able to fix that issue, and we should be good to go now. Should be. Anyway, so that was that. So we got that working. And then after that, we started work on getting a new monster added. And this is what we ended up with. Let's go find a monster. Okay, there's a trap. Never mind. We're just keeping you in suspense. All right, there's a dead end. Let's go back this way. Ah, there we go. Freaking Skullbird the Bonehead. He's a new guy. And, yeah, terrifying. Horrifying stuff. Anyway, so we got him added to the game. And, yeah, so now there are 5 monsters in the game. We're slowly but surely getting there. I'm hoping that for the demo, we're going to have roughly 20-ish monsters in the game. And then I want to have at least 2 different types of mini-bosses. I would love to have, like, 3, but who knows if that's going to happen. The mini-bosses, there's a little bit more detail that goes into them because they're larger sprites. So they take a little bit longer to make, but I'm hopeful. We're going to go for it anyway. Wait a minute. No, I lied. We have 6 already in the game. There we go. We got 6 monsters already. So, yes, we've got the Armed Rancid Corpse, the Seething Gargoyle, the Grove Tender Golem, the Red Mage Gremlin, and, of course, Skullbird the Bonehead. So, that is everyone that we've got in the tomb so far. Let's see. Mathra says, as soon as you started to reply to my hi, I got hit with ads and internet lag. No! Well, then you didn't hear me mess up your name. So that's a good thing. Well, hello. I'm glad you're here, Mathra. Let's see. Cool Man Chill says, hear me out. We need badges. I need achievements. Oh, well, we could do that. I do want to look into getting Steam achievements. I really do. I need to look into how it's actually going to work. Honestly, probably what we could do is experiment with the demo, see what kind of achievements we can get working with the demo, and then get them in the actual full game. Because I have no idea how to work with them in RPG Maker. Not at all. I obviously could do an achievement system in-game, like in the actual game itself. Like, we could have friggin' when you go into the main menu, that's not going to take me to the main menu, but have a spot on here where it's basically you click like achievements or something, and it would have achievements in the game. We could do that, but I don't know how to do it through, like, for Steam, through RPG Maker. So I'm gonna have to research that and try to figure out what's going on. But I would absolutely love to have achievements in, or for Steam. I also want to see if I can get figured out the cloud saves, because I think that'd be a lot of fun as well. Like, you know, if someone's playing on their PC and then they switch to like their Steam Deck or something like that, and they're moving around, it would be nice to be able to have cloud-based saves. So another thing that I need to see if I can figure out how to do. Hootie Hen says, is the demo out yet? Unfortunately not. We're still working on it, still getting there. The hope is by the end of this month. That is the hope. We're going to see what actually happens, because kids, yeah, we need to actually get the rest of it done, but then I believe, if I remember right, I think there's like a 2-week waiting period, but I don't remember if that is from the time that I publish the page to when we can like upload a demo or some sorts, or if I have to like submit it, and then there's like a 2-week waiting period, like after I submit it, they have to like test it or something. There's some kind of waiting period. So I'm hoping to have it at least done before the end of the month. And then hopefully it won't take too long for them to actually get it approved and have it be able to be downloaded And yeah, so if anything, the hope would be maybe we can at least get the demo up on itch so that people can start downloading and playing it on itch. And then we'll also get it, through Steam and all that fun stuff. Let's see. Mathra says, "Hey Moon, how would you feel about another break by playing a game again?" Oh, I could do that. I can be down for that. Depends on the game, though. Depends on the game. I think I've kind of mentioned this before. I would not mind doing setting aside one of my streams, like either like once a month or like once, every other week, or like maybe even once a week. Maybe not once a week because I only do 3 streams a week, and that would cut into a lot of development time. But I would not mind doing, a stream every now and then where I do, just playing games. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So yeah. So what kind of game did you have in mind there, Mathra? Cool Man Chill is 6 mana away. Whoop! You're getting close. Will the full game be free or? So the full game I probably will charge for. It's not so I still need to actually figure out how much. I'm kind of thinking like $5, $4.99, something like that. I want to find that perfect in between of like not so cheap that people just see the price tag and they go, oh, it must be a trash game, but not so expensive that people go, oh, I'm not gonna pay that to play that kind of game. So I'm trying to find that good sweet spot. I've had some people say like I could charge 15 or 20 bucks, and I'm like, I don't know if I would justify 15 or 20 bucks. And then I've had some people be like, well, even if it's $1, some people are just not gonna play it, and I'm like, that's fair. So I don't know. We will see. Yeah, again, like I don't want it to be. I don't want the barrier of entry to be too high to where people won't play it, but I don't want it so low that people are like, oh, it must be a garbage game because it's $1, that kind of thing. So the other thing that people pointed out, they're like, well, list it for like $6 and then put it on sale just as often as you can. So it's like $3, and I'm like, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. So, anyway, yeah. So yes to your question. It won't be free. But I know that I'm not gonna like become a millionaire from this game or anything like that. I'll be happy if by the end of it I can sell 10 copies and I can go get McDonald's for my family one day. So that's my goal. Anyway, yeah. So that is that's the answer to your question. Hootie Hen says $10,000. All right, I will release it for $10,000 for the first day, and then the second day I will put it on a 99.999% discount, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah. So definitely be expecting there to be a price tag, because that's the other thing. Like when I first started making it, I was like, I'm just gonna list it for free. But now that it's been 9 months of my life, I'm like, okay, I need something from it, right? So I don't want anybody to be like, oh, he's selling out. He's just in it for the money. I want to make a fun game. But I have always also spent a lot of my life making it. So a few dollars is what I'm going to be asking for. Some change. Some spare change. Let's see. From what I've seen, the $5 sounds like it would be reasonable for the reason. It's true. That's what I'm kind of thinking too, Kemdari. Let's see. This time I would say a... What?
Hootie Hen says... pizza party.
Oh, we could do a pizza party too. Oh, we could do a pizza party live stream. You'll all have to go get your own pizza, but I'll bring pizza for myself. Let's see. This time I would say a game of your choice, since Voices of the Void may take time until you actually practice it like you'd plan to do. True. Yeah, it is going to be a while till I actually have time to be able to practice the game and kind of figure out what I'm doing more. Yeah. Honestly, like when I first started streaming, so back in December of last year, I was doing 2 days a week. I was playing games instead of doing game dev stuff. And so I was doing 7 Days to Die. If anyone hasn't heard of it, it's a zombie survival, like crafting game. So like think Minecraft, but with zombies, more realistic and more survival mechanics. Oh my goodness.
Coolman Shill 69 just turned their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
Cool Man Chill. Congratulations. That is absolutely freaking crazy and fantastic. Well done. Congratulations. Let's get down here. Let's do some channel point credit names. All right, there we go. I just want to make sure that we get it right. Okay, so there's no capitalization, just Cool Man Chill 69. Nice. Well done. Congratulations. You are now going to be in the credits of Tomb of Vercilias. Well done. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and if you would like me to either change the name, change spelling, whatever it is, you can let me know. Whether here on Discord, DM, whatever you'd like to do. But yeah, let me know. And but you are in there. Congratulations, very well done. I love it. Absolutely fantastic. Wait. Oh my gosh, you are already there. How did I not see your name? I think the Firemaster threw me off. But you would also think that if I saw Firemaster, I would have looked at who's the Firemaster. Well, Cool Man Chill. Let's go up here then. And we're just gonna do a little bit of a Cool Man Chill 69. And we're gonna keep Firemaster. I honestly do not remember why we put Firemaster. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some VODs because I don't remember why we did that. Oh wait, also 2x. I also don't know why we're keeping track of that, but I am for some reason. There we go. Well, congratulations, Cool Man Chill. Congratulations. Let's see. I cast Name of the Credits ×2. I should have actually read that too. I was just so thrown off by the actual redemption that I didn't even read your message. Well, congratulations. Let's see. Hootie Hand says, when the demo out? That is an absolutely fantastic question, Hootie Hand. So as of right now, the goal is to, by the end of the month, have the game done. But again, like this, we got to get through the rest of this stuff right here. So this is everything that we've done to get the demo ready. So this is all like the bugs we found, the features we've added, all that fun stuff. And then so we basically have from here, so add a seal to the game mini boss. The seal. That's right. Add a seal to the game, a mini boss, and then, the sounds, the music, some character creation stuff. Adding more player icons, adding more mini bosses, adding more traps, more perk cards, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, so we do still have a bit of work, but we're gonna get there. Cool Man Chill says, okay, now I dip. Cool Man Chill, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the next stream on Sunday. And yeah, until then, good luck. Take care. We'll see you then. Mathra says, shame we do not know what your game library has for us to choose from. It's a good point. I should post my game library somewhere so that everyone can see what I've got. So if anyone wanted to vote on what we play every now and then, we could do that. Yeah, I'll have to post that. Let's see. Sativa Stream says, salute. Yes, 100%. Good old salutes. All right, everybody. Oh, we've got some Dr. Pepper in us now. Now let's get into the game dev stuff. Okay, so let's come over here. Let's see. So I think what we're going to do is we need to have the spell book pop up after each floor. Because something that I was realizing is in the demo, we're not going to have the town. So if we come over here, this fun little town, this little thing right here, we're not going to have this in the demo because it is far from done and it's going to just take way too long to actually get it completely finished. So I was like, we'll just completely skip the town for the demo. Like, the demo is just you going to be going through the loop, going through the dungeon, or through the tomb. I keep calling it a dungeon. It's a tomb. Yeah, so that is basically going to be the depth and breadth of the demo is the tomb, fighting monsters, collecting items. So you won't actually be able to come over here to go into the Mage's Guild and look at your spell book and do things like that. So we need to have it be so that probably in between floors, you are able to actually adjust your spell book so you can, add dice into it and all that fun stuff. That way, at the very end of each floor, you can put the stuff in, clear out your inventory, and yeah. So hopefully that'll work out pretty well. So to do that, honestly, it shouldn't be that bad, because right here, let's see, that's the Inn and Tavern. This is the Mage's Guild stuff. So if we come over here, so let's save, POI instance, previous page, next page. Okay, so this is spellbook stuff. Cool. And then I believe up here is also spellbook stuff. So dice move. Naming spells. Yes, we need actually quite a bit of this stuff. Ooh. Loki, good evening. Glad you're here. Welcome. How's your day going? Mather says, also playing once every 2 weeks is not a bad compromise. Also, can I have a Dr. Pepper? Absolutely. Here. Have a little sip. Have a little sippy sip. Yeah, there you go. Not too much. Gotta save the rest for me. Let's see, Justin the VA says, Sup, Justin? How's your week going? How you been? So we need to copy a few of these things over to the stuff. So probably the best place to put this is going to be, so right here there is a scene called the level select to dungeon. So basically the way that it's working is as you go from from floor to floor, from tomb to tomb, whatever, however you want to refer to it, it'll be taking you to this map first, and then it'll then take you back to the tomb. So you'll be in the tomb, you're doing all your stuff, and then as soon as you say go to the next floor, it takes you to this scene, and then this scene will go through. I can actually just pull this up right here. So this scene is going to be going through, and it is going to be having you pick your perk cards. So this is the actual like perk card scene. It's also doing a whole bunch of other things. It's resetting variables and changing things, basically making a whole new floor for you to go into. So I want to have the actual spellbook stuff in here as well, but I'm trying to think, because I don't want to like integrate it too much into this thing, this scene, because in the full release, we're not going to have you being able to access your spellbook in between every single floor. That is just going to be as you go into, what's it called? The tomb. As you go into the tomb, or as you go into the town from the tomb, that's when you're able to actually do that. So I don't want to integrate it too much in here, because as much as I integrate it in here, I then have to undo that when we get back to creating the full release of the game. So how are we going to do this? We could have it be that when you go, before going to the tomb, we could have a new scene just called like Spellbook or something. I think I might actually do that. So on intro map, let's just change this, be called Spellbook to Tomb. Yeah. And then we're going to call this one level select to dungeon is going to be level select to Spellbook. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Jesse, hello, welcome, glad you're here. How is the new job going for you? It's been a couple days now. You feeling all right with it? I guess what's it been? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? 3 days now? Is it? Do you still have the new job jitters, or you feeling a little bit better now? Justin the VA says, finna check out your trailer. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hopefully you find it all right. It's very minimal. There's not a whole lot going in the trailer. It quite literally is just a teaser trailer. There's no gameplay, none of that. It's just a couple scenes, couple of lines of dialogue. And yeah, so I will be uploading a gameplay trailer at some point in time, probably when the demo is ready to go, so probably in like the next month or so is when I want to upload an actual gameplay trailer, so that that can be on Steam as well as upload to YouTube, drum up a little bit more hype once the demo is finally live. And yeah, that's the hope. Mathra says End of the Gungeon is getting a part 2. Wait, what? It's pretty exciting. That was good. It's been a while, but that was a good game. Jesse says, today was nice. I got to work from home to work on the corporate training. No better way to suffer through that than on your own couch. That is absolutely, I think that should be like standard across the board for corporate jobs. If they're going to make you go through all that BS and make you go through all of that, NEO and all the trainings and stuff like that, it's like, let me be at home in my pajama bottoms, on my couch, watching this from the comfort of my home. Let me be surrounded by my animals and things that I love instead of being in a office building, usually sitting on some hard chair on a desk, watching these things for hours. Terrible stuff. Well, that is absolutely fantastic that you're able to do that from home. Yeah. That would be, that is much better. That is much better that you're able to do it from home. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So this is going to be Spellbook to Tomb. So in here, when we teleport, we're not going to be going to the tomb. We're going to be transferring to Spellbook to Tomb. Spellbook
Thanks
to Tomb.
for the follow. Say for neck.
Seelick, thank you for the refollow. I appreciate that. All right, then Spellbook to Tomb. Let's just throw this in here. So all we have to do, we can just get rid of these because those are just extras. So in here, we need everything from the town that's related to the spellbook to be in here. So I believe this is spellbook, so this is naming spells. Yes, let's copy that. I'm going to go in here to Spellbook to Tomb. So we've got naming the spells. In the town, let's see, what are you? You are Dice Move. We're going to actually need this because we need to actually pull up... Oh. I just realized. We're gonna need to show a lot of stuff. Okay, all right, no, that's fine. It's fine. So the reason why I'm kind of going is because, yeah, we need to show the whole UI, the dice, everything. So maybe instead of doing this, odd. What do you mean odd, Celic? I don't know what you mean. So maybe instead of having this be in its own separate thing all the way out here, maybe we... What the... that's weird. Maybe instead we have it be at the very beginning of the tomb. It pulls that up. Oh my goodness!
Welcome Axel_Benedict and your one amazing audience members.
Axel, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Shout out to Axel / shout out at Axel Benedict. What? Axel! Wait, what?
Thank you Axel_Benedict for maintaining the Moonwood Alliance for 5 months.
Axel, thank you so much. I appreciate that. 5 months is crazy. That is absolutely insane. Thank you, Axel. I appreciate that. How'd the rest of your stream go? Sorry that I had to dip a little early. I had to get started working on stuff, and even then I was still slightly behind because there was a lot more before the stream started that I needed to do than I had realized. Yeah, hopefully it was a good, I won the run and got all the stuff. Very nice. Yeah, that was a long run. You were going for a very long time. Okay, so why did the shout out at Axel? There we go. It like wanted me to like, I don't know, do something. It was weird. There we go. It was a 3-hour, oh my gosh. That is a very long run. That is insane. Well, congratulations. Those aren't normal runs, by the way. I figured as much. That's a very long run. See, Sativa says, live to 150 or double it and give it to the next guy. Double it and give it to the next guy. I would not want to live to be 150. That just sounds horrible. Another 120 years of this? I'm tapping out like at 67. I'm out. I'm calling it quits then. I'm like, nope, I've lived my life. I'm retired. I've been retired for like 2 years now. I'm out. That's my plan. And if my wife wants me to be alive longer than that, too bad. 67, and I'm out of here. Okay, so yes, so we need to do a few things then. Crap. This kind of comes into the whole integrating deeper than I meant to, but oh well. Wait, double it and give it to me. Axel, you want to live to be 300 years old? That's a long time. That is a long time to be alive. I couldn't do it. Unless because you are living so long. Oh, that guy. Oh yeah. I was like, who is Horse Hugh? Yeah, he's pretty cool. I wish that I could claim that I made that art, but I did not. But it is very cool. It is indeed. See, here's the thing. If I could live to be 150 years old, but I wasn't suffering like normal human degradation, I could maybe justify it. I could maybe be like, you know what? Fine. That would be kind of cool. Maybe. But if you're just this horribly, just decrepit old man at 150 years old, and you're just like, hey, I just want to die. Please kill me. And everyone's like, happy birthday. I'd be like, that's terrible. Awful. Awful stuff. I would double it and give it to Axel. Good luck with that, Axel. Well, we're working on age regression with lobsters. I'm pretty sure we'll have it down by the time I'm 120. That's possible. That is possible. Or, freaking, I mean, I haven't looked into this, but I was seeing headlines about the whole, I guess, like, China's looking into something to, like, either, like, stop aging or, like, reverse aging. And I think it was different from the lobsters. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe in the next 50 years we could all be 17 again with Zac Efron. All right. Zach says, nobody wants to live forever. They want to choose when they die. That is a great point. That is beautiful. I know you probably didn't say that because it's in quotation marks. That is beautiful. See, oh no, I want to live forever. I want to see the heat death of the universe. You want to live for millions and millions of years, huh? See, I would only want to live forever if I was like immortal and like, because there's a difference between like living forever and like being immortal, right? And so like if I could be like immortal, like I couldn't die and I had superpowers, then I could be all right. Like if I could like breathe in space and fly, that would be kind of cool. Because then I would 100% wait out the universe to die, fly out into space and just watch it all just implode on itself. That would be kind of crazy to watch. Putin and G were overheard talking about using organ transplants to reverse aging and living to 150. That's what I heard. That's the one that I heard. Crazy stuff. Who knows? Who knows if that... Honestly, that's probably going to be something that, you know, the extremely wealthy will be able to afford. Not us normies. We'll still die at the ripe old age of 62. Or 67 if you're me. Let's see, Mather says, man, my friend bought me Darkest Dungeon 2, and now I have already beat a run 3 times in just 2 days, and she's cursing at me for being good at it. Hey, haters are gonna hate. Let's see, Dazu says, hi everyone. Hello, Dazu. Welcome, welcome. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, what was that? Wait, Dazu, what did you do? What was that? The salute? I was so confused. Something like popped up on my screen and it was like, thank you, Dazu, for getting us started. 1 of 10. But I don't know what that... I don't know what that means. Anyway, what have you got started? Welcome. Let's see, Mather says... What? Oh my god! What? That's what
Welcome
it was.
to the Moonwood Alliance, Dazu.
Dazu. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for resubscribing for 2 months. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. So apparently I got a notification in the chat before I got the actual notification to show up on the screen. So good times, great times, absolutely fantastic. Well, Dazu, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Mather says, Moon, I think I know a game that could be fun to check out if you are up for it, but it is not free. Oh, what is it? What is it, Mathra? And maybe I already have it. Maybe. Actually says Darkest Dungeon 1 and 2 are so good. They get really, really hard. I've only played the first one, but it was really good. And it was really hard. It's a hype train since I subbed, and they did in a short term. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. I think, maybe? I don't know. We've only had a hype train once. So, I don't know. Or maybe twice. But I think it was just once. It's pretty exciting stuff. Pretty exciting. All right, everybody. So let's focus. Let's do some game dev stuff. So if we come over to, so yes, we've got the level selector spellbook. I'm actually just kidding. But I need to farm points in chat. Wait. Oh, you're JK. Oh, you're JK. Welcome, JK. Knock on the coffin lid. For a second, I wasn't quite sure what you were meaning, Mathra, but knock. Oh, Silk Song. Anybody playing Silk Song? Let's see here. What do we got here? We got knock on the coffin lid. What? $25? What do we got here? What is this though? What is this though? Investigate your own death. Find ways to break free from a time loop. Choose a hero who will ascend to the throne and rule the Northern Gate. The fates of whole nations of the land of Midian depend on your choices. Oh, whoa, hold up. This looks a lot like Dark and Darker. Like a lot. Don't get me wrong, I like Dark and Darker. Oh, freaking ads. Yeah, this is very Dark and Darker like. It is cool though. I like it. Well, yeah, I definitely do not own this game, but I'm gonna have to add that to my wish list because that looks really interesting. I like it. Although I don't know, recent reviews are mixed. I always wonder about recent mixed reviews. I'm absolutely horrified by what this company has decided to undertake after losing hope in what was their dream of an RPG game, turning to attempts to break into the AI industry while simultaneously claiming they don't plan to replace developers. Oh, people are complaining about AI. Okay. Developers are trying to hard pivot into generative AI slop. Avoid at all costs. Solid game with great art and great ideas, dragged down by studios that's decided to buy all in on AI games in the future. I regret that my money has gone towards an indie studio that believes in AI-generated games, taking the heart and soul out of the great stories they could be telling. Do not buy. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so it's not necessarily that the game itself is bad, it's that people are upset about the studio. Oh my goodness!
Welcome Travis Vroman and your 26 amazing audience members.
Thank you so much for the raid, Traps. I appreciate that. We're taking a look at some games over on Steam, and I was confused as to why it had mixed reviews since you know. The actual reviews are very positive, not just mostly, very positive. And yeah, so good times. Anyway, well, Travis, I appreciate that. How did your stream go? How did it go? What were you working on? What's going on? Flask says hello. Welcome, Flask. Glad you're here. Yeah, so let's actually get into the game dev stuff. So, Travis, your name sounds very familiar. Have you raided before? I'm trying to. I'm like questioning everything now. I cannot remember if you have or not. And I feel horrible if you have and I cannot remember your name. I do appreciate the raid though. Thank you. Yeah, so basically, we need to continue working on the game here. Let's see, went well, was working on simplifying our shader workflow in my game engine, and yes, I have. I thought so. Well, very nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Simplifying a shader, that sounds like an absolute pain, but a lot of fun if you can actually get it working. Were you able to get through simplifying it? Or is that going to be a work in progress for a while? We are not doing anything that exciting. We're just working on getting a demo ready to go. So just in case anyone is wondering, let me pull this back up again. So if we pull up Tomb of Vercilias. So for anyone who might be interested or wondering, Tomb of Vercilias, the game we're working on, is available on Steam right now. Well, okay, the game is not. The page listing is up, so you can go and wishlist the game. We are currently working on getting a playable vertical slice, so demo ready to go to be able to upload so that people can to be able to play the game. But if you're interested in wishlisting the game or you know, trying to figure out if you would actually like to buy it once it's available, then yeah, there you go. It's a good multi-stream thing for sure. Fair. Yeah, I remember those days. When I was trying to get the random dungeon generation working in this game. This entire script right here was a very long time. It was a very long time to get that thing working. Days, weeks actually. But that's because it was like, you know, every other day, a few days a week, or a few hours per day. Anyway, we're doing Vulkan storage buffers, so it's probably going to take a bit longer, but made good progress. Very nice. Well, that's awesome. You made good progress. There's nothing quite like ending a stream with little to no progress, because you're just like, what even happened? Yeah, that's awesome. I'm very glad. Very glad. Well, I appreciate the raid. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I will not bore you all with the whole spiel of the game. But if anyone is interested, I actually cannot remember. Is it about? Nope, it's not about. I don't remember what the chat command is. But if you do wishlist, there you go. There's a link for it. Oh, let's see. Fairly says, I did not see you were live. Fairly, welcome. Glad you're here. And I was trying to keep it a secret from you, but I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you found us. Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, Fairly, how's your day going so far? Travis says, unfortunately, I cannot stay because I have work in the AM, but I will leave a lurk. Love this project, by the way. Very cool. Travis, I appreciate that. No worries at all. I completely understand. Yeah, I'm the exact same way. When I actually do raid, I usually have to run pretty quickly after, because work is usually about 5 hours after that, and not fun. So, yeah, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for the wish list. I appreciate that, and for the for lurking. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So, thank you. And to anybody else that is still here, hopefully you will enjoy your time. I will try and do Travis proud and not be boring or hopefully not annoying. We'll see. All right, so yes, we're trying to make it so that a spell book pops up when you start the dungeon. No. We don't want to have it pop up when you start, but we want to have it pop up in between floors. Yes. So here, there's a couple ways we can do this. So either we can just have it be when you come back into the tomb. So basically, it would be, so let's say first, let's just, everyone imagine for just a second. You've just completed the first floor. You are now moving on to the second floor. You get to select a second perk card. So these pop up and you pick this one. Would we want to have the spellbook pop up right now? And you're able to, you know, do everything with your dice. Excuse me. And take care of it all then? Or should we have it be when you get to the very end? Let me actually do this really quick. 22. All right. Yeah, let's go to room 22. Let's head. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right. I need to actually turn on more monsters than just the one. 19. There we go. Let's see. 22 would be. Oh. There we go. The other thing we could do is when you get to this obelisk here, we could be, you know, after you've either submitted a blood sacrifice or killed the mini-boss, and it turns on and activates, we could have it be go through portal. We could have two options. We could have it be go through portal, or what was I thinking? Go through portal, or oh crap. I don't know if we'll be able to have this while it's showing the map though. I'm pretty sure the map here is using image layers that the spellbook uses. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. But I'm pretty sure it is. So if we go to pictures, the minimap. Where is the minimap? Menu. Card area. Map. Map is 50 through 92. Those are the image layers, 50 through 92. Okay, fair. And then what about in the town? So over here, the inn and tavern, so over here, talk, help, buy and sell, spellbook. So this erases pictures. 61 through 75. I guess let's just do this. Let's pull this up. Let's come over here. Nope, we want to go to the town. That is my bad. Close. Let's see, Dazu says, that's the skeleton skull from last time. Hi, buddy. It is. He's still here. I've not taken him out. He's gonna be here for time and all eternity. He will never leave. Alright, so if we visit the inn and then come back here and then visit the Mage's Guild and then go to the spellbook. So if we pull up, let's go to F8, the developer tools, and we're going to say, let's see, what is it? It's a game screen dot picture. Game screen dot picture 50, I believe. Crap. Yeah, dice 1-1. What if we go like picture 60? Undefined. Okay. I mean, we might be able to make it work. I love watching me some Moonwood. Fairly. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad, because it's, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, do people actually watch, like watching? Like watching? Do you actually enjoy watching? I genuinely, look forward to these streams. They're top tier. Fairly. I'll send you your check in the mail soon. for that positive comment. No, but thank you, Fairly. I appreciate that. I do sometimes, genuinely wonder, I'm like, do people actually enjoy watching the streams? Should I keep streaming? So, hearing stuff like that makes me very happy, because I'm like, all right, I should keep going. I expect a Steam gift card shortly.
Just redeemed Truth or Dare. Play a video game on Wednesday or next Thursday. Your choice of game or provide a list.
Well, I'm gonna have to do that now. As far as next Wednesday, I would not be able to do that. Unless, are you meaning next Tuesday? Like, are you meaning like one of my normal stream days? Or are you saying stream another day? Because I'm not able to stream on Wednesday. Wednesday is my my weekly date night with my wife. Yeah, so, but I definitely could next week on either the Tuesday or Thursday stream. I could play a game. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna see what we got. I want to see if there's like something that would just be fun to just sit back and watch. We'll see. I expect a Steam gift card shortly. I will make sure to get that for you fairly. I'm the same with my stream/music. Yeah, that's fair. It's, I feel like most people feel that way, so, you know. Fairly says, ew, this guy has a job and a wife. I know. Terrible. Horrible. What the freak just happened? I've never had that happen to developer tools. Anyway, okay, so we are using some of those image layers, so maybe we can't do that in the tomb. That sucks. You're actually the most watched streamer in recent times, dude. Thank you, Dazu. I appreciate that. Or should I say, JK. Also, people are friendly in chat, who've never been insulted or anything. I mean, that's fair. But it's not so much the, you know, people being mean toward me. It's more of just like, I don't know. It's just like sometimes you just kind of wonder. You're like, are people actually enjoying watching? So it's, you know, it's just nice to hear. I forgot the schedule, thus I gave Thursday as a backup choice. That's fair, Mathra. All right, well, the next Thursday, I will look through the games that I've got, and then maybe I will even, you know, look through a few that I know would be kind of fun for not only for me to play, but hopefully for people to watch, and then I can give that list. I would like him a lot more if he didn't ignore me. Loki, I was gonna say I don't ignore you. I try not to ignore you. I swear I try not to. Okay, so that's not gonna work. That's not gonna be great. Maybe. I feel like it's gotta be before it generates the tomb. Because as soon as it generates the tomb, it's showing all the map stuff. Apparently says, the streamer has joy and whimsy in his life. Everyone boo him. Boo! How dare he? How dare he? How dare. Mathra says, you're a poo-poo head. Well, there we go. There's the negativity that we've been looking for. Thank you for delivering, Mathra. Okay, so maybe not after the tomb is generated. What does it look like? Let me just come over here really quick. What does it look like when we do this? Because could we have all this? We select the card, show all of this, but don't actually generate the tomb. So stay on that first map, show everything then. I think we might try that. Yeah? We could do that. We could do that. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so back to what we were thinking originally. We are going to do it in the same place. We just need to actually not be lazy. All right, so let's copy that, paste that. This is going to be spellbook to tomb. Let's delete these. Over here in the level select to spellbook. Do y'all remember when we had the old level select going on? Pepperidge Farms remembers. And it was a good time. Alright, so spellbook to tomb. So here we go. So we teleport over there. Now, when we come in here to the tomb, everything in here, we should just be able to... I believe we can just copy most all of this. Just this whole initialization thing. And that's showing the dice, and then we do A. So if we just copy that, and then we come in here to spellbook to tomb, and then over here we parallel paste that. Show picture, dungeon UI, but I think we're actually going to maybe potentially change this just a little bit. Because I don't want people to feel like they can look at like the map and the quests, all that fun stuff. Maybe even don't show, well, no, because we're going to have to show the HUD. Whatever. We'll just have that show for now anyway. Okay, so it shows all of that, and then it turns on A. This is if A is on. Okay. So basically it would be, so we pick a card, and then it does all this, but we don't want to show that. We don't want to do that. We also don't want to show the map. Why is it showing the map? Wait, did it actually... Spellbook to Tomb. Spellbook to Tomb. It is actually taking us to this map, right? Let's flash the screen here. I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Okay, yeah, it is. So I think there's just things in here that we don't need. So, show the map menu, show dice menu, HUD, blackjack, monster, okay, player model, dungeon UI, showing the face, floor number plus once. We don't need that. Let's get rid of that. Oh, it's doing the RTG spawn. Get rid of that. We don't want that. And then this is showing the dice. Okay, that should make a lot more sense. So if we come in here, there we go. That's more of what I was kind of expecting. So again, still, I don't think we want to show any of this UI stuff here. We can still show this one. Yeah. So over here in the tomb. Oh, it's because of that. Oh, okay. So if we change the parallax to be... let's do the dungeon UI. Set you to that, show in the editor. There we go, that feels better. Okay, alright. There we go. So, now, sorry, I need to turn back full screen on. There we go. Now you won't ever accidentally not see what I'm seeing. Let's see, Mathra says, balance of the force has been reached. So I have taken it on myself to be the driving force that gives you breaks from dev streams. Well, Mathra, I appreciate that. Further says, I got this game, Barony, and it's so hard. I've got that game. I've got it on Epic. Oh, actually, speaking of Epic, I just realized, if you have not yet, make sure to go get your free games over on Epic. Let's pull this up really quick. Let's come down. I don't want to update. Dang it. I don't want to have to update. Alright, never mind. We'll come back to that later. Okay, so we've got that looking good. Now what we need to do is have it actually show the spellbook and have it all be all functional. So over here, if you click on, see, talk, help, buy/sell, spellbook. This is going to show the choice selector, if released, show the town UI 1, okay, and then show spellbook 1, yes. So then basically what we're going to do is, okay, so we're showing arrows. So I think from here down, grab all of that, copy. Then over here in the spellbook to Tomb. So we'll do all of that, and then before we turn on A, let's just insert a comment here. It's going to be show spellbook. Paste that. Okay. Save it. Wait. How did you come across it? Did you watch a Reggie video? I found Barony. I find Barony so hard to get into any tips. I wouldn't have any tips. It's been a very long time since I've played. It was fun, though. It was fun. Infinity Nikki! Alright, there we go. Next week I'm going to play Infinity Nikki. That's what's going to happen. Wait, what was that? The Infinity Nikki Stardew Valley collab? Alright, everybody, I need to go below $30. Anyway, yes, so if you have not yet, what do we got here? Oh, we got Monument Valley for free. Let's get that. I've always wanted to play this game, but I've never wanted to actually buy it. So, there we go. Monument Valley. If you don't have Monument Valley already, make sure to go get it from Epic. It's free. Wait a minute. I just realized it's probably going to show like my my email address and stuff like that. on the checkout screen. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think we're good. Please wait. There we go. Monument Valley. Woo! Anyway, yeah. Go get it. Also, it looks like soon coming up here, we got Ghost Runner 2, Monument Valley 2, and if you've ever played Battle for Polytopia, it is a lot of fun. What's Infinity Nikki? It's a platforming dress-up game. It's the best way I can describe it. I think it used to be like a mobile game at first. It was like a mobile dress-up game, and then it like just went absolutely crazy popular, and made millions of dollars, and now they've got like a full PC game. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. Let's see. Square Peg Makes Games says, what plugins are you using? Well, welcome. Glad you're here. I've got a pretty short list right now, so the ones that are just default across every single project that I will ever make is a plugin called Yami Skip Title. Basically, all this does is it skips the title screen. I am not a fan of the built-in title screen for RPG Maker. I know that you can, like, download other plugins to be able to customize it, but I just like making my own, and so this is what I've got for my title screen. It's just a map on in the game, and I'm just able to make it with image layers and all sorts of fun things like that. So that is a must for me. I always have Yami Skip Title or some kind of other plugin that allows you to skip a title. This one I absolutely love though, because it's just like super short. It's like 14 or 15 lines of code. So yeah, very, very basic, and I love it. The next is the Sumran Dev, the Super Tools engine and the HUD Maker. I use that in, again, basically every single game I make. So the Super Tools engine and the HUD Maker. I've also got the Sumran Dev, the HUD Maker multi-line, so you can have multiple lines of text for stuff. The next is called the As Simple Mouse Script. I believe this one, it basically allows you to store your mouse's X and Y coordinates into variables, and so that way you can kind of know where your cursor is on the screen. So you can do things like, having hover over images to like have it change images. You can have, things where you can click on an image and it will actually, do things. So there's that. Another big one that I use in basically every single one of my projects. The Eli easing picture, because RPG Maker MV does not allow, picture easing of any kind. It just moves everything in a, what's the term? Not static. Static? I guess you could say static. Actually, a linear, that's the word, in a linear mode. And so if you're like, hey, move from X to Y, it will move in the exact same pace and it'll stop just instantly. But with the Eli easing picture, you can be able to add like quadric and cubic and stuff like that, movement patterns, so that it moves quickly and then like slow down before it actually comes to a stop. Very important. I would highly recommend that one. And then these are a couple like custom ones that I've either made myself or I've like posted on forums and other people have made them for me. So this one's called the CTB Pictures Above. Basically, it allows me to put images above the Sumran Dev's HUD Maker stuff, because normally by default the HUD Maker shows above everything. Tile sets, characters, pictures, parallax images, anything and everything, it will show above. So with Pictures Above, it's able to move the Z-axis of the HUD elements below the pictures, so you can show pictures above the HUD elements. The next one, which is another custom one, is the ATT Turin Swap Pick ID. This is another one that I posted in a forum, and some absolute mad lad came along and wrote this for me. Basically, it allows you to swap the ID of images. So normally, say for example, if you were to be showing an image, so if you come over here and say show picture, we're going to show active button, we're going to show it as image layer 5, and it's going to show it, these coordinates. There's your image. It would show an image at those coordinates, and you'd be good to go. But what if for some reason you need to like make it not be image layer 5 anymore? Let's say for example, like, for my specific example, I wanted to be able to drag and drop images and things like that. So, like if I come over here to this scene right here, you're able to pick up these dice and move them around the screen. Obviously they show below the text. I still have to fix that. But yeah, you can drag and drop them and all that fun stuff. But the problem is that with RPG Maker, the image IDs dictate how they line up on a Z-axis. So if this was a lower image ID than, say, for example, this dice, if I were to move this image, it would show below that dice. So I would need to be able to change the picture ID of this dice right here. So basically, the plugin that I'm using, the ATT Turin swap pick. Basically what it's doing is it is a very simple script call where I can say, hey, swap picture ID 5 with 99, and it then assigns the image layer ID 99 to image layer 5, so it just swaps it across, and it keeps the X and the Y, the opacity, the everything about the image. It just keeps it, it just swaps the ID, so that way you're able to have pictures above other pictures, even if they were originally below the other pictures, without having to re-show the image, delete the previous image, and all that fun stuff. So there's that one. The DK full input, this one I use so you can actually use the full keyboard. So I use this to be able to like input names, because you normally can't just type in RPG Maker, which is kind of dumb. I don't know why they would do that. But yeah, so basically I use the DK full input. So if you do, new game, you can, set your player, and then you can use the full keyboard to be able to type your name. And yeah, so there's that. Let's see, next on the list is the how you say that name, the Porig disable fast forward. Basically, all this is RPG Maker has a built-in feature where you can fast forward the game if you're in test play. It's not if you're in the, if the game is fully released, you can't do it. But if you're in test play, if you either click and hold the left mouse button, or I think if you hold down Z for like a second, it will process the game at 2x speed. It helps if you are trying to, debug things and get through certain scenes quicker. You can just click and hold, and it will like go through, 2 times faster. I didn't like that. I wasn't a fan of that, because there were times that I was like clicking and holding and like dragging things, and it would, make it start to go fast. And so I use that to disable that fast forward. And yeah, and then I was using another plugin called Jackal's Persistent Data plugin, which basically you can assign variables and switches to be persistent across saves. So basically you could say, I want variable 62 to be a persistent variable. And so it doesn't matter what saved game you're in, you can set or you can call upon variable 62, and it will be the same across all saves. So if one saved game sets variable 62 to equal 7, you could save your game, go back to the main menu, load save game number 7, and then you could go in there and check variable 62, and it'd be the exact same variable value. So, yeah, so there's the list of like official variables or plugins that I use. But I do also use a whole lot of JavaScripting just within the editor itself. So, yeah, so don't see this and be like, oh, it's just those few plugins. There is a lot of JavaScript that's going on behind the scenes as well. Hey, look at that! It's showing the book. Anyway, yeah, so there is a lot of JavaScript that's going on to make sure that it's actually functioning correctly. Yeah, so there's a very long answer to your question. Hopefully that was helpful for you. But yeah, so I'm assuming you use RPG Maker to make your games. Let's see here. Mathra says, let's see, Moon, what if I make you play Uma Musumi? What is that? What is Uma Masumi? Oh my gosh. No, I won't do it. Maybe I'll do it. No, I won't do it. I won't do it. It would be bad because I have no idea how that game works, because I've never played it, and I would look like a fool. So no. That would be funny though. Let's see. I think I will need to get back to playing No Man's Sky with a friend, since the new update brought in a mechanic I have wanted for a really long time. That sounds like a blast. I need to play more No Man's Sky. I'll install it. I'll play it for like 10 minutes, an hour, maybe 2 hours, and I'll be like, that was a ton of fun. I need to come back to this, and I never come back until usually the next big update, and then I come back for a couple hours. It is fun. Also, I just remembered a game I wanted has gone on sale for 50% off. I'm buying it right now. Shadows of Doubt. Very nice. Very nice. Dazu says, you can fast forward? Yes, you can. It's again only in test plays. So if you're making the game itself, like if it's a finished RPG Maker game, you can't. But yes, so in RPG Maker, I believe it's also only in MV and MZ. But yeah. So if you hold down left click, and I believe if you also hold down Z, it will process the game at like 2x speed. You have to hold it down though for a couple seconds, like 2 or 3 seconds. But yeah, it'll start running the game at like 2x. Kemdar says, it's peak. We love horse girl gambling. I mean, it looks fun. Don't get me wrong. It does look fun. But I have not played it at all. And I feel like a lot of people who have played it would be like, what the crap is happening here? Zach says, the horse girl game. I always forget it's a thing. I always forget it's a thing. Let's see. Square Peg Makes Game says, I am super new to RPG Maker MZ. Well, congratulations. Yeah, MZ is an absolutely fantastic engine. Highly recommended. Really great stuff. There's a lot of really great plugins for that one. And yeah, so not, I was going to say, not to plug my own stuff, as I'm literally about to plug my own stuff. If you're interested, and I'm like literally still working on the series, but if you're interested, I do have a playlist on my YouTube channel called the RPG Maker Hacked playlist. There's only the first 2 episodes right now, but basically I'm going to be going through every single event command in RPG Maker, and this is going to apply to both MZ and MV. I'm going to be going over every single event command, so not only am I going to be like showing you how to use the event command, but I'm also going to be showing you how to replace it with JavaScript, and you know, showing all the perks or any drawbacks you may find with using JavaScript to replace event commands. So if you'd be interested in that, in trying to learn a little bit more about RPG Maker MZ, you know, not saying you have to, but if you wanted to subscribe.
Just redeemed stretch.
Oh my goodness, we had to do a stretch. Anyway, so yeah, so hopefully that would be useful for you. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's see here. Wait, what have I missed? It's an idle game mostly. Oh, the horse girl game. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. 3D Taylor says, I spent many years thinking using RPG Maker was cheating / low effort, but then I played Fear and Hunger. Yeah, it's only low effort for people who actually put in low effort, because like you can do crazy things with RPG Maker. Like you just have to be you just have to put enough time and effort, and yeah, you can do some really cool stuff. Yeah, Fear and Hunger is absolutely insane what they did with RPG Maker. I'm in love with that game. I've decided to study it when I can't be bothered to work. It is a really good game. It is really good. Mathra says, Moon, the new mechanic in No Man's Sky, is customizable building ships you can man with a crew. I did see that one, and I do need to play it, because that was actually something that I wanted to have in the very beginning. Because like I bought No Man's Sky like not quite day 1, but it was like week 1, and I wanted it to be good so bad, and it was good. It was good. I mean, back then it was a little janky, if everyone remembers the beginning of No Man's Sky, but right now I am just waiting for Light No Fire. I cannot wait for Light No Fire. I really hope it's good. I'm putting in so much of like my own personal hope into that game right now. I really hope it's good. So, all right, Nico, welcome. Glad you're here. Let's do a little bit of stretch as Nico has requested. Oh, this is gonna feel so good. Here we go. And the other way. Oh, and backwards. Oh, my back. That felt great. Thank you so much, Nico. I appreciate that. 3D Taylor says, ew, JavaScript mentioned. blasted JavaScript. Matthew says, also I recommend having a look at Shadows of Doubt. It has some serious charm. Well, let's pull that up. Also, another shameless plug, Tomb of Vercilias. It's on Steam. Make sure to go wishlist. What was it called again? Shadows of Doubt? Shadows of Doubt. What is this? Oh, okay. I couldn't quite tell. Oh. This has like the same. If anyone has ever played, oh, it's not Deconstructed. I can't remember what it's called now. Yeah, this whole you know, like low poly. I know it's not polys, but like whatever it's called. I do like the art style though, and like the look of the game. Yeah, that is super cool looking. I do like that. Yes, voxel based. That's the one. Yes, Teardown. Teardown is the name of the game, and voxel based is the one that I was looking for. Yes, I feel like you can do some really cool stuff with it, especially if you have like a good lighting system. You can make it look just like it's crazy to think this is just like a whole bunch of like little blocks, which I know 3D models are just a bunch of friggin' lines, any like polygons anyway. But still, the fact that like that you can make voxels that look this good with good lighting, good textures, to a point. I mean, obviously they're all voxels, so like, you know, texturing is a little bit difficult, but just like the way that it catches the light on some like the edges, you can make it look really cool. What engine sports voxels though? Only the bad ones. Only the horrible ones. Oh, it's mostly positive though. Oh, Far Cry 3. That was a good game. Yeah, good old voxels. I was learning RPG in a box specifically so that I could learn how to use voxels. And then the engine just whoosh, over my head. I did spend a while, though, trying to learn it. All of them, you just need to make it work. Fair. But Nico, how's life going? How you doing? How was your day? I did not get a chance to see you today, unfortunately. Oh, we can delete that. Okay, there we go. So, what do we have so far? So over here in the spellbook to Tomb. Over here we've got it so that it shows the very beginning, and then it shows the spellbook. Now we need to make the spellbook actually function. So if we come back over here to the town, we check in here. So we got the Mages Guild. So none of that is going to be doing anything. So if we come over here, so next page, previous page. Oh, okay, all right. So safe room, spellbook. So let's copy that. And then we come over here to here, and then we paste it here. Yes, so let's paste the page here, delete that, come over here, and then we basically just need to turn on switch 43. So control switches, turn on switch 43. There we go. RPG in a box looks so cool. It is really cool. The little bit that I was actually able to make with the game, absolutely beautiful game. Like, the engine is fantastic. The developer of the engine, super nice too. I chatted with him and his wife a little bit. Super nice people, really great. I mean, this was like a couple years ago, before I was trying to delve more into like learning coding, and so when I was like, oh no, I still have to do some code. Oh my gosh, I just realized. And I was like, oh no, I still have to do some coding to get this thing to work. No. And I just kind of gave up after a while. But yeah, super great guy. Really nice, very passionate, and he's doing some absolutely fantastic things with that engine. So yeah, so I would highly recommend looking into it if you would like to be able to make games like that. It's gonna take some time, unfortunately. But wait, Loki says, Cloudpunk is good. Can't wait for WISHLIST to release. Oh, and that was in response to, oh my gosh, I've missed so much. The game is made with voxel, but you can play as a detective in a dystopian random gen city. If you like voxel games, look up Cloudpunk. Okay, all right, so let's look that up really quick, and then we're gonna keep working at this. Cloudpunk. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Jeez. It's like voxel, oh my gosh, what the freak's that game called? With Night City. Why am I so bad at remembering names while I'm streaming? Cyberpunk. Thank you. Cyberpunk 2077. I could think of 2077, but I couldn't think of Cyberpunk. Yes. Yeah, this is, yeah, it's like a voxel cyberpunk. Very cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so Cloudpunk is good. Can't wait for WISHLIST to release. Is that like the next one in this series? WISHLIST. That looks very similar. Oh, just a little less kind of voxel-y? Like, the characters aren't, but the environment is. That is interesting. Huh. It's kind of cool. I love seeing like the foliage in voxel form. It's just like so interesting, like, because like it literally is just a bunch of squares, but the fact that they can make it look like it's a vine or grass or things like that is just kind of mind-blowing. I like it. I'm gonna add that to my wish list. Okay, all right. Let's see. The one thing. What? Oh my goodness.
Underscore Benedict wants Moonman to do 10 chest benders.
Headshot.
Underscore Benedict wants Moonman to do 10 bicep.
All right. We'll do them. We'll do them. Dakota, welcome. Glad you're here. Let's see. It's not Cyberpunk. It's Internet Rebel. Wait, I don't get it fairly. What's not Cyberpunk? Oh. Okay, I get it now. You're breaking down the word. Okay. A little slow. I was a little slow. Speaking of Godot, did you all know that Godot is available on mobile? Yes, the entire engine in your phone. I just found this out, and it's crazy how it is apparently possible to cram an entire game engine into a phone. That is absolutely insane. All right, everybody, let's do what Axel has requested that we do. Chest curls, or bicep curls, and chest benders. That's the one. All right, here we go.
Axel_Benedict
Oh, no.
says, I gotta go, Moon Man. Don't forget to shamefully promote my music and actually work on the game lol.
Oh, don't worry, I will. I'll do both of those.
friend.
Thank you, Axel. I appreciate that. I'm just gonna do these really quick. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. That wasn't me, I swear. That was perfect. Perfect timing, Dazu. Perfect timing. All right, everybody, here we go with the to the chest things. Here we go. Whew. There we go. Not bad, not bad. I don't know what the freak just happened.
Just redeemed Streech.
Hold up. Okay. That was weird. I like touched my microphone and I could hear myself through it. That was weird. I hope that it wasn't super loud for you guys, because that was very bizarre. Okay. I can also now kind of hear myself through the microphone. Hold up, what's going on here? What? Okay, all right, we're back. Whew, we're back. And I can't hear myself anymore. We're good. My ears. No, no. Did you hear the clicking, the cracking, the crackling? I am so sorry, everybody. I probably should have muted my microphone before I started doing all that. That is my bad. I apologize. I apologize. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know why it did that for me. Anyway, all right, then Hootie Hen redeemed stretch. Let's do a nice stretch and let's do some game dev stuff. Here we go. And the other way. Oh, and backwards. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Perfect timing. My ears. That's a clip for you. Moon will never get to game dev because everyone keeps talking. There's just so much chatting, and I love it. I love it. There's a lot though. Y'all are so chatty. Okay, now we're gonna do game dev stuff. I swear it's gonna happen. Here we go. We're gonna focus. We're gonna focus. Got my Dr. Pepper. We're gonna focus. But yeah, Dakota, how's your day going? So we're now showing... Oh, nope, we want to go to Spellbook to Tomb. So we're now showing the spellbook, and I believe we've now made it so you can turn the pages, yeah? Yes. Cool. Awesome. Why is it not showing the dice anymore, though? It's kind of bizarre. So in the town, when does it show the dice? So apparently Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles is going to be true to the original, just with a facelift. Not sure how true that will be not sure how true that will be, but from what I've heard from testers, it seems pretty true. Very nice. Yeah, it is nice when they can actually do a remake and it actually stays true to it. I love the genre of barony. I don't know how to describe it other than dungeon crawler, but you get killed before the 3rd floor every time. I feel like that would kind of frustrate me. I guess I never played far enough to actually get to that point. I want to say I installed it and maybe played it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I need to come back to this, and I never did. I feel like I had to do that with a lot of games. So when is it actually showing the dice? Spellbook page number equals 1. Erase the images. And this should show, yeah, so dice, spellbook, turn on all those, and then turn off that. Okay. So then over here in spellbook to tomb, so it does all this stuff, does all that stuff. Spellbook page number equals 1. Then turn on safe room spellbook. Was it actually showing? Because I swear it was showing the red dice before. Maybe not. I swear it had been, though. Wood, the internet sucks. Oh, wait. So wait, did everybody actually hear like that loud pop when I unplugged my headset? I hope not. But if you did, I apologize. It's super complex, but I love to no-brain it and hope I just get lucky. That is a good way to go. Moon, you and your games, you must play more. You're losing your gamer title. I know, it's so sad. There's no time. There's no time. It's tragic. Like, basically the only day that I play games is Monday. Monday, I have a game night with my brothers and uncles, and we play games. And yeah. See, what? Oh my goodness!
Welcome Zedashore and your 31 amazing audience members.
Zedashore, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. In before raid. Sativa, what's going on here? What do you mean you're in before the raid? See, Semi-Pro Joe says 07. 07's to Semi-Pro Joe. Hello, every Nan. Hey, man, how's your game going? Well, Zedashore, it is going great. How you doing? How'd the stream go for you? I didn't hear a loud pop, by the way. Okay, thank you. I'm glad that you didn't. How you doing? Fine, thank you. There is time, and I'm showing you that there's potential even if once every 2 weeks. That's true, Mathra. That is true. Well, yeah. Zedashore, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. The game's coming along. We're still working on the vertical slice to be able to upload as a demo. But for anyone that is interested, let me get this pulled up really quick. It is now available over on Steam. So if you would like to wishlist the game, we've got Tomb of Vercilias over on Steam now. So you can just head over and you search for it and you're able to wishlist now. So yes, we are working on the vertical slice for the demo though. So basically the idea is we're going to have it just so you can, because I know that maybe some people have been here before, but I guess for anyone who hasn't, we're making a dungeon crawling roguelike RPG, and yeah, so basically the idea for the vertical slice for the demo to be playable, you are just going to be going through the tomb itself. So if I come over here, yeah, so you'll be able to navigate through here and you know, collect your dice, fight the monsters, and then progress to the next floor and just see how far you can go. It'll basically just be like you know, one-off instances of trying to get as far as you possibly can before you die, and then trying it again and see if you can get any further. But yeah, so we're making progress. We're getting there. I'm trying to make sure that we've got all of the features that we would need in the game to be able to then have it be like actually enjoyable. Because there are some things that we already have in the game that are not going to be a part of the vertical slice. So one of them is the town. So the town just kind of works as like your central hub in the game, your safe place. We're able to talk to NPCs, you know, buy and sell things, get quests, all that fun stuff. But this is going to be probably one of the bigger parts of the game that I still need to finish. And so I'm like, we're not going to have it in the demo. I don't want, you know, some halfway done thing in the demo. So the town itself is not going to be in the game. But one of the big things we do need is this spellbook here. So as of right now, we are working on getting the spellbook ported over into the demo portion of the game. And yes, that's what we're working on right now. We're making progress though. We're slowly but surely getting there. So as of right now, we just have it to be, if I come down here and I get rid of that weight, We have it right now to where it'll show you the spell book as of right now. You can flip between the pages. And yes, we're just trying to get it to the point where you'll be able to actually put your dice in the spell book to upgrade your spells. And yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got. Let's see. Zeddy Shaw said, stream went well. Fixed a ton of bugs recently. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, it's, bugs can be just an absolute blast. I love them. That was half of last stream for me was, fixing a bug. Not fun. Not fun at all. But it was a bug that was making the game run at about 1 FPS. So I was like, this cannot stay in the game. So finally, eventually found it, and we were good to go. But yeah, well, I'm glad you've been able to get through some bugs. Very nice indeed. Oh my goodness.
Cleric like a cat wants Moonman to do 10 bicep curls.
All right, we can do that. But yeah, so Zeddy Shaw, I appreciate the raid very much. I do really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Let's see. Fairly says Moonwood confirms game is fun. Well, the cat's out of the bag now. Yes, I didn't want to alarm anyone, but the game is not fun. It is not fun. It's not fun to play. I think we're just going to scrap it, and we'll call it good. Well, Cleric like a cat. I'm glad you're home. I will do those bicep curls. All right, everybody. Let's do some bicep curls. Let's stand up. Let's do some stretching. Let's make sure we can keep game devin in a healthy way. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I have run over the wire to my headset. Come on. Speaking of being healthy. All right, here we go. Let's push that out of the way. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? If you got dumbbells, curl with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I appreciate that. Gotta keep me active. All right. 3D Taylor says, I'm eating a sub. I think that counts too. I think so. Yeah. Curl that up to your mouth. Take it a bite. I'd say that works.
Thanks for the follow, Laserburn.
Laserburn, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome. Glad you're here. Peak game dev. I do what I can, you know. Drink some Dr. Pepper, do some bicep curls, and then get back to game deving. That's what the people want, right? Thank you, Laserburn. I do appreciate that.
Thanks for the follow, Tminders.
Wait. I almost said Tim, but no, it's not Tim. It's Tminders? Tminders? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Or is it TMI Enders? You're the ender of too much information? Story checks out. All right. Let's see if we can actually get this thing working. So we have it now showing in the tomb. Because basically the idea is for the vertical slice, for the demo that we're creating, it is going to be, you go through the tomb, as you're going through, you collect these dice, and then as you're collecting those, you'll be able to put them into this spell book once you get to the end of each floor. Because in the full game, you won't be able to do this, but we need to have it in the game in some way, shape, or form, because it's like, if you're not able to do that, why even have the dice, right? So, what we need to do then... Oh, hey, that's kind of fun. He's popping out, saying hi. Creepy. So yeah, so basically we need to be able to make it so that you can move your dice, and then we also need to make it so you can, put them all in and all that fun stuff. So, come over here to the town. I believe what we can do is just grab, so we've got naming spells, and we've got dice move. I think we need both of these events over here, so let's put that there, and let's come over here and grab this one and put this one here. There. Save it. All right, let's see what happens. So if we come over here, great. We can pick up the dice. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. We can move around. That is great. Now, what if we come over here and we put that there? That is now a 1. That is now a 2. Okay. So we do need to actually... Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, all right. I know what's going on. Let's see. Mathra says, time for me to get back to writing my story. Mathra, good luck with that. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. And 3D Taylor says, good luck. Agreed. Good luck. Moon, your green screen is jank on your upper... Oh, no! It's always after the stretch. It always ruins it. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need to do something about this green screen. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I need to do something. I think I need to, like, put it through the wash, dry it, get all the wrinkles out, and then rehang it somehow differently. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. It's a little janky. Actually, yeah, if we come over here, filters, yeah, it's like it gets the job done well enough anyway. But like it's very, like you can see, it's very wrinkly. So I also need to get some more even lighting. The lighting is very rough on it, so you know, oh well. Such is life. We have a streamer. It's true. Professional streamer. I got the Elgato XL on eBay and it was like $40 used. It's not too bad. I think I got this sheet for like $10 brand new. So, you know. But, I don't know. I did think about getting something like that, and I should probably get something that is a little bit more even, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I also tried a blue screen, and that one did not work as well as I was hoping it would. You could always paint your wall green. Oh.
Cleric like a cat says, steamer.
Oh, we have a steamer. I knew what you meant. We do have a steamer. What the freak was that? Okay, I'm like freaking out. Like my green screen just like randomly like... It's like someone was behind it and pushed it. No one's back there. We're good. I'm not about to get killed on stream. Let's see. Green screen, you could always paint your wall green. That's true. I could paint it green. It is an unfinished basement that I'm in, so I could just repaint the whole thing green. I don't think my wife would be a fan of that, though. See, Mongoose Studios says, me too, green screen. Me too. Mongoose Studios. I noticed that is your first time chat from the raid. I appreciate that. Welcome. Glad you're here. There's no wall behind him. Our basement is unfinished. Put the microwave for 25 seconds. It'll sort itself out. Fair. Steamer. See, hello, Mr. Steamer. How's it going? The Elgato comes in a box and pops out when you need it. True. I've actually thought about maybe doing something like that, like suspending this more, because like it's suspended from the ceiling right now. Anyway, yeah, I'll figure it out. Stays taut. That would actually probably be what I need. Well, that's an issue. Maybe paint a partition wall kind of thing, the same, more of a solid color. Maybe. I'd come downstairs with my sword if there's an intruder and our cat. The cat is the most important one. Yeah, the cat would keep us safe. The sword is more for intimidation. It's a good idea. Could do something like that. Okay. That's right. So we can now pick up the dice. That's great. That's why. I was like, I'm trying to remember why. What was it that was not working? Is because of this. So if we come over here, if we see spell 1-1 value, we need to copy that. Oh, actually, and all of that. Copy that. And then come over here to the spell book. Eventually, we won't need this, but for now, I'm still just going to stick this in here because I might as well. So let's throw this in here, right here. There we go. And save that. There we go. There's the one. You got some ones over here. Absolutely fantastic. Now we should be able to... Oh, that is a lot of Hydra. That's actually really good. We should be able to test out the Hydra. So let's merge a whole bunch of these together. I should be able to swap that out. Swaps over here. Fantastic. Let's get a few more of those merged. Let's get a 4. We are not going to have enough to make a 5, are we? Dang it. I was going to hopefully be able to test it. But we do not have enough. We don't have enough to test that. That is fine. That is totally fine. But this is more closely. This is more close to what I would actually want this to look like and function like. So yeah, so as you go to the next, before you go to the next floor, it'll come in here, have all this stuff. Great. Now we just need to make this actually do a thing. So let's get on that. And yeah. Let's see. Cat is like a rogue with poison blades. That's a good point. It really is. Kevin Steinik says, what happened today? First of all, welcome to Kevin Steinik. Glad you're here. What happened today? We are working on getting the spellbook working in the tomb without having to go to the town. Because I realized that you can't... You're not going to the town in the demo, right? The demo is just the tomb. well, okay, it's the tomb and picking your perk, and that was it. So you're not going to the town, so you're not able to actually adjust your spell book. So I'm like, well, you need the spell book. Even in the demo, you would need a spell book so you could actually make use of the dice you collect as you're going through the tomb. So I was like, you know what? What we need to do is come in here and, yeah, make it so you can actually do things. So, yeah, so we're getting the spell book added in here. It's coming along, slowly but surely. I am now realizing, though, we need to have something. Something. And when I say something, you may have noticed, if I come in here and I start this up again, it does say floor 0-0 right here, which is not great. We do not want to say floor 0-0. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to say... Because we need to have the HUD showing. Because I want to have the players, everything here showing. And I think we need the HUD for this as well. It's a lot of stuff going on. Wait. Is it not playing the sounds? Hold up now. Media player, displays. Wait. What's going on here? Wait, no, that's that. Okay. Why? Monster Fighter. Properties. Capture audio. Okay. Oh, wait! Oh my gosh, it is working. I am so sorry. Never mind, it's working. Let's see. Unfortunately, when we got her from the shelter, she was declawed, but she will bite if threatened. Yeah, it is very sad that, yeah, her previous owners had declawed her, but at least she's got a good home now. So, I mean, there's, you know, good with the bad, I suppose. So we don't want this to show. But I think, what if we come in here? We want to find Show HUD. Show HUD. What if we turn off Show HUD? What all is missing? That's still showing. Interesting. Okay, so let's just not turn on Show HUD for now. There's that. Okay, yeah, we've got that. So turn that off. Cool. That may actually just solve the issue. There we go. Solve the issue. Happy day. Okay, so we should be good here. Everything shows. Everything's good to go. What else would we need here? I can't replace these, right? Okay, good. All that should be working correctly. Yeah. So I think that should be good on the spellbook. Obviously, there might be some bugs that we find over time. So now we just need to make it so you can just say, you know, you come in here and you leave, all that fun stuff. Great. So then, if you come over here, we need to actually show that text, because I believe it is showing the stuff in here. Yes, right there. Then we need to actually have it show the text. So if I come down here to the town, there's a switch, I believe, that needs to be turned on. I think it's called something like show text or something. What if we search for show? So we've got show dialogue. There we go. Yeah, so 68. So show dialogue is 68. Okay. So if we come over to here, down here. So we show it, and then right here at the very end, just turn on 68 show dialogue. There we go. Your spellbook is your best friend if, wait. Your spellbook is your best friend if going to make it out of the tomb alive. Mix and match the different elements to discover new, more powerful spells. And then if you hit save, then it should take you to the tomb. And not just show his face very briefly. So then over here, so you got save. Okay, so we don't want to show this image. This image is the guy there. We do not want to do that. What we want to do is we need to... Wait, what? Do you have something you know but forgot you know? Like I have that P is just blood's waste output. Not that comes to mind. Yeah, the spooky old man jump scare. It is a very spooky jump scare. Yes, we don't want to have that. We actually probably don't need to do any of this. So erase pictures via common event. Yeah. Yeah, so I think what we can do here is we can just get rid of that. Turn off safe room shop, turn off safe room quests, okay. Erase those images, sure. POI instance equals 2, we don't need to do that. Oh, but actually, what we do need to do, cancel. What we do need to do is set the POI instance to, I believe, equal to 1. Safe room solo, turn off. And then we can just, I believe, transfer the player to the tomb. I'm pretty sure. I hope. Maybe. So if we do something like, you know, a little bit of this, and we upgrade, I don't know, this guy, come over here, we upgrade this guy a bit. So U to the U, U to U, U to U, and U to U, U to U. Yeah. Then if we save, what happens? Okay, well that's not great, but that one should be easy enough, right? Hey, all right, there we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost there. So we don't want to fade to black. Just none. There we go. Go to the tomb, and then basically what we need to do is we also need to say control switches, turn off, show dialogue. Yeah, I think that should be good. So yeah, so then we just do, you know, a little bit of this, just to make sure that it's you know, looking different. Getting some stuff in here. U to U. 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 And then save. Okay, so we still need to delete that picture. I don't know why that's sticking around. Yeah, then you can just come into the tomb and you're working again. Cool. When you hover over it, show picture 39. Okay, so we just need to delete image layer 39. Now we should be good. I do think I want to add a little bit more animation or something like that here. Excuse me. I do want to add a little bit more animation as you go, because, like, you know, if we just do this. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was a rough sneeze. You know, if you just do save, it is very, it's not janky, but it just doesn't look great. So I think, what if we erase everything, we get rid of everything, and then we wait for, like, I don't know, 60 frames. And then we transfer. And then what we want to do is we want to say show image layer. So over here in the tomb, show image layer 98, the transition animation. Spellbook in the tomb, over here. So yeah, so we wait for 60 frames, and then we show transition 10. No, 9, 14. Number 14, so show that, and then when you start, (15, 16, 17, 18). Copy that. So in the very beginning, just do that. So we say transition, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think that should make it look a little better. Slightly. So we hit save. Save. Why are you not working now? Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay, so we need to turn this off right before you go in. That would make sense. Okay. That is my bad. What the freak is happening? Oh, I know what's going on. Okay. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, that's what's going on. All right, so you're 100. Not minus 100, 100. Or negative 100. I have flipped it on its head. That's why. Okay, that's better. Now, why is it showing this old man? How many times are we going to have to teach you this lesson, old man? Get out of here. Oh, I think it's because I deleted it before and then I hit cancel that one time. Okay, so if we hit save, now we go into the tomb. That's right. That's right. Over here. After that, we then need to erase image layer 98. There we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. Mather says, I wish I was better. I was a better writer. Thank goodness I have someone that is willing to proofread and help me with touch-ups. I know that feeling. I know that feeling all too well. So, but yeah, that is awesome that you have someone that was able to proofread and give you some suggestions. I feel you wish I was better at art. So here's the thing. Everybody's always going to wish they're better at whatever they're trying to do. But if you keep doing what you're trying to do, you will get better. It's just going to take time, but you'll learn. You'll develop your skills, and you will get to the point where you know, if you were to then go look back at what you were doing 6 months, a year ago, 2 years ago, you're going to then notice just how much further you've come. It's going to happen. It just takes time. Keep at it. And maybe one day, you can make monsters. Come on. This is supposed to be inspirational. Keep at it. One day you can make monsters that look like this. Horrible, horrifying, Skullbreak the Bonehead monsters like that. Horrifying. Absolutely terrifying. The story I'm writing was actually, has actually been a constant recurring dream I have been having. Oh. Those are always fun. Well, not always. Sometimes they're absolutely horrifying. I actually used to have this reoccurring dream. I haven't had it in years now, but I have probably had it at least like 24 times. And every single time, I am climbing on a giant vertical like tower that is made up of stones and bones, and I am being chased while climbing by skeletons. And there's a floor of lava below me, and I'm just climbing as fast as I can because these skeletons are coming up, probably to grab me and throw me into the lava. Horrifying stuff. And yeah, I've had that dream many times. Started when I was like 8 years old, and I'm just like, what the freak am I? What is happening? And yeah, good stuff. I just can't remember my dreams. That's the worst. Especially when it was a good dream and you like want to remember, but just nothing comes to mind. I hate it. Like nothing this morning, I remember from my dream. I don't know if this is true. It's kind of helped with me for a little bit, but it's not anything amazing. What I've heard, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not, is if you keep like a pad of paper or even like your phone or something like that next to your bed, so that the instant you wake up, the very first thing that you do is you start writing stuff down. You don't lay there for a second or two, kind of like, you know, trying to wake up. You just, the instant you wake up, just start jotting down everything you can remember. And apparently it's supposed to help you actually remember more of your dreams as you are conscious more. I don't know if that's actually true. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard is, so yeah, keep a pad of paper next to your bed and just write down any and all details. It doesn't have to be anything cohesive. You know, it doesn't have to be like, oh, well, you know, this was happening and then this started happening and then I think this happened. It's like just write down shapes, sounds, colors, whatever it was that you remember. And yeah, then it should start helping you remember more of when you were unconscious. Maybe. I think I'm going to start next week. There you go. And like I said, like I tried that at one point, and it kind of helped a little bit. I'm sure that I wasn't doing it completely right, but I do remember, like, being able to remember just a little bit more of my dreams, and I still, like, am a little bit better at remembering my dreams now because of it. I probably should keep up with it so I can remember even more of my dreams, but I don't know. I remember pretty much everything about my dreams. That's pretty lucky, because if I do not write down what I dreamt or something within the first, like, minute or two, it's gone. And it could be, like, the most vivid thing in the world when I wake up, and I'm like, oh, man, yeah, that was crazy. Like, I'll be thinking about it, like, as I'm getting ready for the day, and, like, within a minute or two. Even, like, as I'm actively thinking about it, I will start to lose details. And it's just like, wait, did that didn't happen in the dream. No, that was, what did I dream about? And then it's just gone. That's weird. It's crazy. Also, I won't be able to get on Minecraft on the 7th. That's the day I'm going to my dormitory from my home. No! We might have to do it another day. Because I still haven't sent out anything about, like, when it's going to work best for everybody else. We'll see what happens. I need to get better and get on that. Anyway, okay, cool. So we're able to go from the spellbook, and then we can hit save, and then it just kind of, jumps in here. That's fantastic. I'm wondering what that little flash is, though. It's like everything's fine here, but then down here, like watch the player stuff down here in the corner. As soon as I hit save, well, not as soon as I hit, but like I'll hit save. It waits for a second, and then it flashes. I don't know what it would be. I don't know what it is that would be making it flash like that. Because in here, this should only be turning off because it's like when you transfer, it does that. Which maybe it's just the transfer. Maybe transfer the map will do that. I didn't think it would though. So yeah, so it turns off, and then it teleports. Like I don't think so. Like if we wait for like 30 frames, it shouldn't increase that flash time, right? Yeah, so it's still just like instant. Is there something on the tomb that's making this happen? So it turns on shape menu, turn on HUD, blackjack, monster draw. See, Chemistenic says, well, I'm going for breakfast in a tad, so wish me luck. Good luck. Good luck with your breakfast. Maybe the UI is refreshing. It's possible, but I don't remember. I don't know. So maybe over here in the tomb, let's just create a new event that's on parallel process, and it just waits for like 200 frames. And then we're going to say transfer the player. There we go. Transfer the player to, I don't know, the town. I didn't think that there would be any kind of, blip. Yeah, because there's no blip when you transfer to the town. So there's like something either being turned off or something. Something odd. And I don't know what it would be. Yeah, because it's just like, I mean, like there is like one little blip. And what was the blip? Yeah, so like that's just it loading the new background. Yeah, so I have no idea what that would be. So yeah, like all the HUD elements stay there. Then over here it just turns on HUD. The player model is equal to 0, so it shouldn't be doing any of that. Turn on a... Yeah, I don't know. That is, it's very bizarre. Transfer, and then what if we just, like, exit event processing? So it doesn't do anything else here. Flow control, exit event processing. What if we just call that good? Because maybe it's like turning something off further on in the event and it's still like trying to process. No. That's still, Is it this one right here? Tomb Master. I mean, not this is like the end of the world, but like, you know. Okay, so then... okay. So it added before it gets to the... Okay, okay. So do we need to turn on HUD right before we move then? So copy that, and then over here, spellbook to tomb. So right before you go... What if we turn on show HUD right in here? Maybe. Save. Hey, there we go. Okay, all right. So that's all it was. It was doing something, turning something off and then turning other things on. Yeah. So we're good. We're good. Let's see. Camus Nick says, when would the game will be ready? The hope is to have it done by, before the end of this month. That is the hope. The hope is, have it done, have the demo ready to go before the end of the month, so we can get up on Steam and all that fun stuff. So no promises on when the demo will actually be playable on Steam, because I want to say there's like some kind of waiting period, and I don't remember if that's like from the time that I launched the page to the point where I'll be able to, make the demo and all that fun stuff. I can't remember exactly, but the goal is to have the demo at least done before the end of the month, so I can get it submitted to Steam, so hopefully they can approve it and get it working sooner rather than later. That is the hope anyway. That is the hope. I've got 2 squared times... Wait. 2 squared mana. That's a lot of mana. It's a lot. Claire like a cat. Want Moon to be buff? I think she does. Hootie Hen says, hi, Moon. Hello, Hootie Hen. I'm in the demo. No, it's not. It's 144. No, that's a lot. It's a lot of mana. Think of all the things you could do. You could roll, like, a few 1d4s. You could highlight a message. All sorts of fun stuff. All sorts of goodies. Okay, so that's good. We're now able to do that. Awesome. Fantastic. So, if we were to then come in here to the level select to spellbook. So yeah, so basically it would be, we come in here, you select a perk card, let's say we go with this one, and then it will be like, alright, cool, here's your spellbook. You pick your spell. Chemist Nick says, well, I'm going, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Chemist Nick, I'm glad you've been here. Good luck with your stuff. Hopefully it all goes well for you. I guess it would be, it's your breakfast, right? You're going to get breakfast? I think. Wait, did you say you were going to go get breakfast? I don't remember now. Well, good luck. Good luck. By the way, if you want me to draw something, you can ask on Discord or on stream. Fair. Wow. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Chemisinic. Hootie Hen says, good night. Wait. Good night, Chemisinic, or good night for you, Hootie Hen? Okay, so that's that, and then, hit save. We go to the tomb. Awesome. Okay, so we don't need the... Me? Oh, okay. Hootie Hen, have an absolutely fantastic evening. I'm glad you've been here, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the Sunday stream in a few days. So, till then, good luck, take care, and we'll see you then. Okay, so we want to get rid of this wait at the end of the spellbook to tomb. There we go. We're just going to wait for like 20 frames. So like 1/3 of a second. Nothing too long, nothing too crazy. Let's just do that. Takes us here, and then we save that. Now we're in the tomb. Awesome. Fantastic. Never mind. I bored. I rather be here. That's fair, Hootie Hen. I'm glad you've decided to stay here. I would have missed you. I would have missed you if you'd left. What a roller coaster. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. But I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. Dr. Pepper's gone. It's tragic. Okay, so there we go. Fantastic. Now we need to turn all the monsters back on. What is a roller coaster? Wait. I can't tell if you're serious or not. Wait, do you not actually know what a roller coaster is? You do know what a roller coaster is, right? Alright, so let's go 6 plus 1. Just kidding. Okay. I was like, hold up now. Where did you say you were from again? And you don't know where a roller coaster is? You don't know what a roller coaster is? I was very concerned for a second. Alright, there we go. And then we can come over here. Now, where do we go when we leave the tomb? Because we do need to get that working. Actually, I think we can probably say this is good. Because I'm probably going to go through... We're probably going to spend one stream where we are just, like, beautifying things. Like, making just things flow a little bit better. All that stuff. I live in Mississippi. Oh, okay. So you probably don't know what a roller coaster is then. It's a joke. It's a joke. I do. I believe you. I believe you. Mathra says, why must I have insomnia? I'm so tired and just want to lay in bed. I don't want to get stuff done. I feel that. I feel it. Oh, no.
Mathra Dog wants Moonman to do 10 bicep curls.
Alright, Mathra. Are you doing that just because you've got insomnia right now? You're going to make me do bicep curls while you can't sleep? Fair. Fair. And Loki says, I'm sorry. Poor Mississippi. Poor Mississippi. Oh my gosh. Oh. I made the mistake of, like, I'm still wearing jeans from earlier today. Big mistake. Big mistake. I should have put on sweats or something. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Oh. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Mathra says, dang, Skippy. If I'm going to suffer, you are going to get buff for the misses. That's fair. Well, I appreciate that. I'm doing what I can. Yep, there we go. I lived in Tupelo for about 3 years. I don't know where. I'm assuming that's in Mississippi. What's wrong with Mississippi? I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with Mississippi, except for Tupelo. Apparently, that's not a good place. That's what I've heard from a very reliable source. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? So we got the spellbook. Save. Yeah, I think that should all be correct. Yes. Oh, I do want to update that text, though. I do want to update the text. So over here, I'm not going to put this in quotation marks. This is just going to be what it says. Ads. Oh, it's blasted ads. They're always popping up. Your spellbook. I'll just say, the spellbook is your best friend if you're going to make it out of the tomb alive. Mix and match the different elements to discover new or powerful spells. Ugh. Ads are attacking. There's blasted ads. It wasn't my cup of tea. That's fair, Loki. That is fair. I mean, I've never been to Mississippi, so I can't really say for sure one way or the other, but I don't know. That's the end of it. Never been, so I can't say one way or the other. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, then we hit save, and then we're good to go. We've upgraded our spell, and we're good. Now, here's the real question. Wait, can I actually... Okay, so I think that's probably what we actually want to do. I don't want people to actually be able to switch back and forth between map and quests. Just do the dice stuff. That's all you should be able to do in here. I think that's probably good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so now the real test is going to be how are we going to actually make this work? I think what we want to say is the floor has to be level 2 to be able to go there. So if it's not, then just go straight to the tomb. Does the color / element of the dice have an effect in the demo? I mean, yes and no, because they all are doing their own damage, but I haven't added weaknesses or strengths yet to any of the monsters, so it doesn't really matter if you're using a fire spell or a water spell against a monster. It does the same. It just does more damage. So, I mean, so it technically does have an effect because, you know, like if you add, you know, say for example, like everything is at a 1, but if I increase my, you know, my hydro spell by a ton, then my hydro spells are going to do more damage. Like my blue cards are now doing 4 damage each. So if I were to come in here, since I drew a blue card, that's actually not working. Why is that not working? Does it it better not be resetting. Spell slot 3 damage. 4. Is it actually going to do 4 damage? Well, now I'll never know. He's got a freaking 20. Okay. Just give me a blue card. Of course, there's a blue card. So you should do 1, and then 4. And then 5 and 6. Did I up? Okay, alright. Alright, here we go. Let's come back in here. So we got, so 1's across the board. Perfect. So let's do the purple cards. Let's merge those. Let's get that. Let's get you merged, you merged, you merged, you merged. Okay, so purple is should be doing 4 damage. So if I hit save, there we go. Let's go find a monster. There's monster. Let's see if we can find a purple card. There's definitely, yeah, this should not, because that should be 1 and 1. And then that should be doing a ton more damage. So 1, 1, 1, 4. Yeah, so spell slot 4 should be doing 4 damage, and then 1, 1, 1. But so this should be doing 5 damage, and we're at 8, so it should be down to 3. Okay, yeah, so that's not doing that correctly. So what's going on there? Why is that not working the way it should? Let's see, player damage. Where's the monster damage? Monster animation. Hit monster. So this is just the animation, right? Yeah, that's not actually changing any of the variables. So I think this is the actual attacking, right? Gave variables.value. So you go 4, 5, 6. Let's do the pictures, screen, swap. Give us set value 67 to equal 67 minus 1060 plus 1049 times 60. Okay. I feel like it's going to be an issue with the spellbook then. Maybe with the moving dice. So this is the moving dice in the actual inventory. Released. So that's the bag slot 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3. Move to first empty slot. Okay. Okay, then released if you are in the spell book. Okay. Okay, so then here, so we've got Pyro Slot 1, Pyro Slot 2, Pyro Slot 3. Geo Slot 1. So that spell 2-1, 2-2, and 2-3. Hydro is 3-1. 3-2, 3-3, and then Necro, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3. Okay. Yeah, so it should be Pyro, Geo, Hydro, Necro. Okay. Do you have Bopple Battle Demo? I don't think so. That does not sound familiar at all. Mathra says, spicy dill pickle chips. That sounds awful. You can keep them all. They're all yours. Safe room quests? Okay, so we don't need this page, I don't think. So delete that one. Same thing with the safe room shop. I don't think we're going to be doing the shop in here either. So 5-2, 5-3, shop slot 1, 1-3, 2-1-2. Okay, yeah, so, and we're not doing the shop in here either, so let's just delete that. So we've just got the spell book. So why? So Geo slot. Yeah, so then set spell 2-2. Type, and then 2-2 value plus 1, and then 2-2 value equals picked up. I miss spicy Skittles. Spicy Skittles? What? There were spicy Skittles? That sounds horrible. I love Skittles and I love spicy, but not spicy Skittles. Okay, so what's going on here? How long has this been broken? So, spell slot, 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage. You mean sour? I mean, maybe? Yes, they were so good. They were Sweet Heat Skittles. I don't think I ever heard of those. But I'll take your word for it. But that does not sound good to me. Not at all. So then spell slot damage... 1, 2, 3, 4. But then, some card suits, section, layout section. So, backpack slot, shop slot, quest reward, quest book, quest. But even still, this should be updating it, because if I set that to a 3... They came in a black bag with flames on it. May have only launched in Canada. I can see that, because yeah, I'm like, I don't remember that at all. And I like me some Skittles, so I feel like I probably would have seen it. I've never seen those. Yeah, it's got to be a Canada thing then, because I never saw anything like that. And they're like, well... We're not going to go anywhere past Canada with these. We'll keep them here. Okay. So I don't think it's necessarily an issue with the actual spell book being updated. But then why would it be an issue here? Like, this should be pulling in the right stuff, right? Let's come all the way down here. Game variables. Set value 67. So what is 67? Variable 67 is the monster's HP. Okay, so we're basically saying set 67 to minus 67. No, 67 to equal 67 minus variable 1060 plus 1050 times 64. Okay. Well, what's 1060? Variable 1060 is... Okay, so that's just the starting of the varied amount, plus 1050. So what is 1050? 1050 is the card 1 suit. Yeah, that sounds right. Card 1 suit. So yeah, because you're getting the suit. And so if the suit is 1, you'd say 1060 plus 1. So it'd be spell slot 1 damage. Spell slot 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage. So is it not necessarily even what is being actually attacked with? Is it just... Is it the me drawing cards that's an issue? So card 1 and card 2 should be suit 3 and 2. 3 and 2 for cards 1 and 2. Where were those again? Was it 1050? Card 1 suit is equal to 4 and 2. Huh, okay. Well, that's awkward. So yeah, so it's saying that card 1, which is the which is the Hydro, is 4, but 4, the ID of 4 is Pyro. Necro. That's the one I'm thinking of. So if you're Necro, does that then mean so you're 4, 2, and 1? So I think the Necro then is then going to show incorrectly as well. Just give me a Necro. Give me Necro. Come on. Oh my god, there we go. Okay. So yeah, so card 3 should be 4, but I think it's going to be a 3. It is. It's a 3. Okay, well that's awkward. Okay. What happened here? So set the card suit to be equal 1 through 4. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. If I come over here to downloads, Tomb of Vercilias, images, pictures. Oh my gosh. It is. It's just an issue with the image layers themselves. So the Necro is still card 3, Hydro's card 4. Had I not fixed that at some point in time? I swear I would have. But I guess if I hadn't, I haven't really been paying that much attention to the cards themselves. Huh. Okay. Like, really? Nowhere? I didn't have that. There's the old poo-poo cards. Because this is how I used to have it be. It was Pyro, Geo, Necro, Hydro. That's how I used to have the order. And then I was like, I feel like it makes more sense to go Pyro, Geo, Hydro, Necro. Yeah. Okay, so we need to fix that. We need to fix that. Let's see. Mathra says, everyone I got, everyone I got to try them, love them. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't have made it here then. I envy American food a bit. A small amount of fun stuff to eat comes in Italy. Everyone is obsessed with eating healthy. That is, I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. Because here's the thing. I feel like a good balance is make sure there's enough good, healthy stuff to eat that it's not, a pain to find, but then also have enough unhealthy things for the people who want to eat unhealthy, they can eat unhealthy. Yeah, in America, I feel like there's more unhealthy than there is healthy, and it does make it very difficult to actually eat healthy because there is just so much junk out there. It's just way easier to get. But I will say this, when I'm in the mood for unhealthy food, I would be irate if I couldn't get unhealthy stuff to be able to just eat because I want something unhealthy. So that's fair. That's fair. I'm getting the vibe you're not one for spicy stuff. I do like spicy stuff. I do really enjoy spicy stuff. I'm just not a huge fan of like sweet and spicy. Or even like sweet and savory. I either want something spicy, or I want something sweet, or I want something savory. I don't really have them mix much. All wheat-based pasta is all the same. Changed my mind. I mean, you're not wrong. So, yeah, so to fix this should be pretty easy. Shouldn't be the end of the world. Basically, all we need to do is let's just create a new folder. We're going to throw the blue cards into the new folder. And then basically these guys we just need to rename to be 4-1, 4-2, so on and so forth. It's going to be way faster than... So if we do that. There we go. And then over here, we just need to change you to... Come on. I wish there was like a bulk rename for Windows. I know there are like programs you can do it with. But okay, there we go. We cut those, put those back in here. There we go. Now we should be able to come over here, hit OK. Okay, I was very worried that there were going to be a lot of issues with the actual coding itself, but no. All it is actually, I just realized I need to do this. All it is let's get to the geo updated. Go for... That should be good there. So, now the Geo should be doing 4 damage. I don't know why I just updated the Geo. The Geo is not what we're testing out. It's the freaking... It's the Hydro and the Necro that we're testing out. So, let's do this really quick. Let's get that updated. So that's doing 4, and then the Necro is going to be doing 3. Okay, let's give it a shot. So come over here. Let's go find a monster to fight. There we go. So we are now doing 1 plus 3 damage, so we should be doing 4 damage. He's got 8 health. He's could be down to half, which means he's doing 4 damage. Fantastic. Let's attack with that. Boom, bam, boom, bam. And then same thing here. Let's draw another card, though. Oh, that's going to be doing a lot of damage to him. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep merging these things together. This guy is really horrifying looking. I don't like the just... Ugh, his face is creepy. Even ravioli? That is a stuffed pasta. That is stuffed pasta. And I do like it. I do love ravioli. Ravioli is really good. Okay, yeah, and this guy should go down in, I think, just 1 hit, right? Well, if I could... There we go. 1 hit. Bam! Yeah. Oh, the seething gargoyle. Okay, yeah, there we go. So then if we draw another card and, oh, there we go. So now we should be doing 1, 2, 5 damage, which that would be correct. 5 damage. Awesome. Wow, that skull is weak. Well, I mean, yeah. I need to... There's definitely going to be some balancing that's going to need to happen in this game before we actually release the demo. And honestly, probably what's going to happen is this. It is going to be... Yeah, probably what's going to happen is the first floor, all the monsters are going to be pretty weak because all of your spells will be doing 1 damage each. And then probably going forward, all the monsters is going to be a little bit more difficult. Just a little bit. Yeah. So, that's kind of the goal and the plan, is to make them just a little bit stronger, probably on the second floor, after you've had a chance to collect some dice, upgrade your spells, and all that fun stuff. Okay, so there we go. That should be good. We're now able to, when you start the game, well, not, that actually reminds me. That is another thing we need to do here. Where would that be? The floor. Blackjack. Let's come over here. Level select to spellbook. In here, before you transfer to the spellbook, we're just going to say conditional branch if the variable, let's find floor. Pretty sure it's just called floor number. There we go, floor number. Easy enough. So floor number is greater than or equal to 2. So as long as you're on floor 2, then it will show the spellbook. Yes. So yeah, so if you are greater than or equal to, then go spellbook to tomb, and then if not, then we're going to say just teleport to do the tomb. Yeah. So if we come in here, we'll be able to pick our perk card first, and we come in here. If floor number is greater than or equal to 2, spellbook to tomb. Oh, wait, what? Just take me to the tomb. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's my own incompetence. That was my own. There we go. Now we're in the tomb. Happy day. All is well here in the Tomb of Vercilias. Tomb of the silliest, as some say. Okay, sweet. So there's that. We should be good there. Yeah. Yeah. Mather says, what about if in the future you can have some trapped rooms that causes you to fight a few monsters in a row? Oh. That could be fun. We could do that. Or a challenge chest that you can choose to open, causing the waves of foes for a high risk, high reward. We could do something like that. I do want to have some type of like challenge rooms in the tomb, so it's not just the exact same thing over and over and over again. What?
Axel_Benedict says, it's me, your boy. Chicken Tender 42, coming at you with a quick reminder to drink water. Lots and lots of water.
Thank you, Chicken Defender. Thank you, Chicken Tender 42. I appreciate that. I do need to drink more water. That is very important. Cool. So yeah, I probably should have actually tested. Okay, so let's do this. Let's turn off the monster spawns really quickly. Wait a minute. Axel, didn't you say you had to go? Or have you just been busy with other stuff? I swear you said you were leaving. Yeah, gotta go. What the crap, Axel? I mean, welcome back, but what the crap? So in terms of programming, every other level that comes after would be in the same map if you keep the same setup. Wait. So in terms of programming, every other level that comes after would be in the same map if you keep the same setup.
Mathradog just redeemed Streech.
Yes? If I think what you're meaning is right. Are you meaning like, it's like as you go from like level to level, you're still technically on the same level? Is that what you're meaning? Because if that's the case, the answer is yes. That is technically how that works. Ew, it's Axel. Hi, Axel, we missed you. All right, everybody. Oh, yes, I actually do need to stretch. Here we go. You ready? Let's go. And the other way. Oh, and backwards. That was a good pop. Whew. Thank you, Mathra. I appreciate that stretch. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that is essentially what does happen. It is the exact same map. Yeah. So same map. Yeah. So this is the tomb. So everything that is going to happen in the game in the tomb happens on this map. It just gets regenerated every time with this common event right here. So this is what the actual randomization is happening there. But yeah, so it's as far as like in terms of RPG Maker in the engine it goes, it is the same map that you load into every time, and then it will just, pull the new randomly generated information to be able to then respawn the tomb. Okay, so now let's give this a shot. So we didn't have the spell book pop up on that first run, which is what we want. We don't want it to pop up because it's like, technically you're not going to have any dice when you first start. I'm just starting with these for testing purposes. So you're not going to have any when you first start. So the general idea is, you'll go through the tomb, yada, yada, yada. You'll find the mini boss over here. Let's go fight him. Okay, here we go. Let's go fight him. Open the door, head on inside. Oh no, it's the mini boss. He's got 10 HP. Oh no. Okay, 16. Dang it. 13. Oh my gosh. 4. 14. 16. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're at a soft 15. 18. We're gonna stand at 18. We're just standing there. We're standing at 18. All right, 16. 19. We're standing on 19. 19 should be good. Yeah, there we go, you freaking mini boss. All right, so 15. 20. There we go. Stand on 20. 17. Yeah. 4. Health left. 18. Let's stand on 18. 18's a good one to stand on. 26. Wait. Ew, it's Mathra. Hi, Mathra. I missed you too. Did you mean Mathradork? Because you should. You would be first and clever. Yeah, I'm sure you've never heard that one before. Yes, I'm tired. What? I didn't put that emote there. Shush does that? Wait, really? I don't see it. Is it a capital S? Whoops. If I could spell shush. Oh my gosh, it does. It's kind of fun. That's a good time. There are actually, I completely forgot to mention this. For anyone who is subbed, there is a new emote. For anyone who is wondering. We got the cat bop. Yeah. Kemdari says, we love gambling. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And then Dazu says, the enemy hits on 18. Well, the enemy stands on 18. 17. The enemy stands on 17. Well, in general, there are technically some rules in blackjack where the dealer can draw more than 17, but in general, the dealer will, they have to stand on 17. So if they draw a 17 or higher, then they can't do anything else, and they just have to hope that they're higher than the player. It's like right there, we tied, we're both at 17. Evens? Dang it! 18, I'll stand on 18. Of course he did. Evens. Yeah, there we go. Take that, you freaking mini boss. Okay, are we done? We should be able to then come over here because the thing is fulfilled. Awesome, then we go through the portal. Progress to the next level. Select a perk card. We're going to go with this one. Okay, so that is actually just an issue on my own end. So over here, we're going to say if the floor is greater than or equal to 1. Because I just realized the floor doesn't actually increase until you go to the floor. So, there we go. We're now on floor 1, which means then when we go through, we'll be good to go. Okay, yes. So, 43. Let's go to room 43. Here we go. A line. Oh, of course. Of course he's all the way down here. Open the door, go through. Oh, a blackjack starting out strong. 15. I'm going to draw one more. Ooh, I shouldn't have drawn one more. 8. 12. 22. Dang it. I swear, every time that I'm like, if I can draw anything but a 10, I will be fine. I always draw a 10. It always happens. 18 will stand on 18. It is a soft 18. We'll stand on 18, of course. 18, we're going to stand on 18 again. 14. 22. Bully. 6. 13. 23. 21. Ooh, there we go. And now we head back up over here to the thing right here. Which eventually we will be beautifying this as well. But yeah, go through portal. And then we're probably just going to get rid of this whole progress to the next level thing. Probably. Progress to the next level. Now we get another perk card. And that would take us to the spell book. Yes! Oh no! Why is it not showing the dice? Why is that at a 0 1, 1, 1. Ooh, what is happening here? I see what's happening here. Okay, well, I think we can get rid of all of this because we shouldn't need any of this. Because all of this is just initialization stuff. Generate dice, generate items. Yeah, I think we can get rid of, I think, all of this. Let's just cut that. I don't think we need any of that. Pretty sure. I hope. Let's see, 7 through 21. Okay. Pick a card. Let's go over here to room 19. Oh, well, there's that. Just open the door. Here we go. Let's take this guy out. Straw 19 will stand on 19. Kim Nick says, "I'm back. Welcome. How was your breakfast?" 12, 22. Oof. 17. We're gonna stand on 17. 20. 13. Let's draw one more. 17. Oh, this is risky. I'm gonna take it. Okay. Oh, we're standing on 17. We're standing there. 17. Come on. Come on. No! Of course he got an 18. Well, I had a 17. All right, we got a soft 14. A soft 20. We're standing on soft 20. This guy. All right, evens. Come on. Evens. Evens. This freaking mini boss. 15. 23. 18. We're standing on 18. 12. 22. Okay, come on. Come on. 15. So help me. If you're a 10 value card, I'm going to be so mad. It happens so often. I'm telling you, it happens so often. It's ridiculous. All right, 17. We're going to stand on 17. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. 13. We got to draw on that one. 17. Every single time. Every time I'm like, should I? It's always a 10 value card. I swear it happens every time. All right, there we go. Now, here's the problem, though. I have now killed the monster, and I have no idea where the freak... Hey, there we go. There it is. Let's see what happened. So we finally got the spell book working, so we should be good to go. So if we go through the portal here, it should take us to select another perk card, and then it should take us to the spell book. I don't know why it's not showing these dice. That is very odd. So if I do this, and then that, okay. What? Why would that not be the case? I have no idea what's going on. Generate items. Is it because of this? Is it because of this is missing? It might be because that's missing. Yeah, I think that's the problem. All right, so we can get rid of all this. And we're just going to throw this in here for now. No. Over here. Maybe in the tomb? We'll just throw it in here for now. So if you're equal to 0, generate items, and then we're going to say generate... Not items. I don't know. Set spell levels. Sure. We'll call it that. Okay. Now we should be able to do that. Let's see. What have I missed? Yeah, so that's what we got going on. It was good. Ate some cornflakes and made myself 2 sandwiches. Sounds like a good time. Ew, it's Nick. Hi, Nick. What's up with all these Ews? The best part of combat so far is that it rewards you for taking risk by dealing more damage the more cards you draw. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the great thing is it's like, even if you're, you're sitting at, like an 18, you're like, I could draw one more card. Maybe I'll get a 2, but that 2 is going to do more damage. It's going to be great. Let's see, IO Nut over on YouTube says, is this RPG Maker? It is. It is RPG Maker. It is RPG Maker MV. So, it's good times. Good times going on up in here. And, yeah. How are you doing? How you doing, IO Nut? I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah. It's a very unconventional project in RPG Maker, that is for sure. But, I like to push the limits of the engine, is what I'll say. So, yeah. A lot of it very, very custom code stuff. Okay, yes. So let's see. So then, Axel says, "Hey Moon Man, what did my card do again?" If I remember right, let's come in here actually. So new game next. Let's see what we get here. There we go. Yeah. So Axel's daggers of damage, +1 to all damage, and then -4 HP. Wait, is it for max HP or after every attack? I think it is -4 max HP, but we couldn't quite get it to be able to actually work on the card. But I am thinking about redoing this whole perk card section thing, because I have a slightly better idea in mind for how I wanted to actually show. So I think we're going to be able to show a lot more information, where basically all we're going to have on the card is it's going to show the title of the card and then the icon of the card, and then this is going to be gone, because when you hover over it, basically, as you can see here on the bottom, that little thing that pops up, that is going to pop up as you hover over the other cards, but it'll show what it's actually doing versus actually showing it on the card. So hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit more in depth on what it's actually doing. Hopefully. I think I gave it some buff to all stats at the cost of life. Hey Moon, you just lost the game. Mathra, you made me lose the game. +1 damage, -5 HP, I think. Let's see, how cool. Hey, it's right there. That's true. I should have looked at it before when it was right there. It's -4. Yes, yeah. -4 at max HP. -4 max HP. It's so cool that you can do this with RPG Maker, but it must be a pain in the neck. Well, Kemdar, it is a little bit of a pain. I will say that. It is slightly a bit of a pain. You just kind of have to, think outside the, wait, what just happened there? New game, save file 1, yes, next. Hold up. Okay, I swear that it looked like my entire inventory was full, and then it looked like it all disappeared. And then it didn't though. Anyway, yeah, so a bit of a pain, but it works. Let's see, Anna says, I like Japanese RPG. JRPGs are a lot of fun. Let's see, nice, you made a dungeon crawler JRPG. I did, yeah, so that's kind of what we're going for, is a, dungeon crawling, roguelike RPG, where the combat is based off of blackjack. So if we go over here to room 47, we'll be able to attune here, find the mini-boss, come through here, okay, so I can't go that way. There we go. And then yeah, so then be able to fight the monsters, you use blackjack, and yeah, so I will, so I'm at a 15, he's at a 7. We're gonna draw. I'm telling you, every single time that I'm like, this is close. Oh no, is the green screen doing the thing again? There we go. 12, 13. Every single time. And of course, he got a blackjack. 16, I got a draw. Of course, it's a 10 value card. 20, I'm standing on a 20. I know what's good for me. We're standing on a 20. 16, 23, All right, 14, we're gonna draw. 20, we're standing on a 20. Oh, he got a 21. Oh, that is extremely unfortunate. 17, we're standing on a 17. I'm not feeling lucky this time. 14, 15, 25. Why did that do so much damage? Why did that do so much damage? Why am I doing 2 damage across the board? That's weird. I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, so... Okay, cool. So that guy's dead. Now we can come back over here. Oh, actually, I should probably be collecting dice, huh? Probably should be picking those up. Whoop. There we go. Go through the portal. Progress to the next level. Come over here, so we select a new perk card. Let's go with Nick's Hat of Divine Wisdom. And yeah, then we're over here. Now we should be able to merge these together. Okay, so they're all showing now. So that's good. That's good. Cool. Let's throw that guy in there. Throw this guy in there. Now they're all doing 1. So my guess is... Yeah, there's definitely some weird stuff going on. Let's see. Nick says, in 3 hours, my school day starts. 7 a.m. here. So early, Nick. But I have to get there earlier, like 15 minutes, because I have to catch my bus. That's fair. What did you select? If axles, daggers, then +1. I may have actually selected that one. That may have actually been what was causing that to happen. That is a really, really good point, Nick. I didn't even think about that. I think I did actually choose Axel's Daggers of Damage, because that would actually do. I did do that. Oh, that's a really good point. That's a really good point, Nick. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Moonman, you forgot to save the game. That's true. I did not save the game. We're gonna get there. Well, the save slots are kind of messing up a little bit. Let's see, Ironut says, I like kind of those games. I'm glad to see someone make a fan-made in an indie JRPG. Fear and Hunger is a good example of indie JRPG in RPG Maker. Yeah, Fear and Hunger, we were actually talking about Fear and Hunger just a little bit ago. Yeah, Fear and Hunger is absolutely insane, what they were able to do with RPG Maker to make that kind of game. But yeah, so the hope is, you know, to be able to kind of stand out a little bit also like Fear and Hunger with, you know, the play style and all that, the art style, all that fun stuff. So, yeah. So are you a RPG Maker enjoyer and user yourself? Balance a tune. Let's head down this way. Now here's the question though, because now that I'm realizing that I had Axel's daggers, I think it actually potentially messed up. Maybe not though. So I currently have a +1 to all of my attacks. But if I finish this guy off, and then if I come over here, and if I go through the portal, progress to the next level. Okay, so all of my attacks are still 2. They're all still 2. I'll do that one. They're all still 2. 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So I am going to have to adjust the damage multiplier a little bit, because I don't want this to show up with that. Yeah, what I want to do... Crap. See, I don't want people to get confused and be like, okay, well, I have that damage multiplier, but... I don't want it to show actually here. I still wanted to show 1 here, and then do the multiplier elsewhere. I'm gonna have to figure that out, because I don't know how I'm going to have that actually work. Because then as soon as I come in here, and if I swap out this with this guy, then it stays a 2, 3, 4, and then if I save, because technically now my Necro should be a 5, but it's 4, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the perks already need to be kind of redone a little bit anyway, so we'll get there. We'll get there. See, Day Night Cran says, how do you find the motivation or energy to work on this while having a full-time job? Well, Day Night Cran, that is an absolutely fantastic question. First of all, welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah, that is a really great question. I think it's just because I really, really want to create something and get it out there, really badly. It's just been something that I've wanted to be able to do for 20 years now, 20 plus years, and I just kind of use that as like my driving force to like make me to keep going. Because here's the thing, like I have always wanted to make a game and get it out there into the world, but I've always like stopped for some one reason or another. Whether I thought, oh, it's not good enough.
Semi-Pro Joe.
Semi-Pro Joe, I appreciate that follow. Thank you. Yeah, so I've always stopped for one reason or another. Whether it is, I felt like it wasn't the good enough what I was working on, or I started working on some other projects. I was like, oh, this seems like it'd be more fun. But it didn't stop me from like still having that desire to actually want to finish a game and actually get it out there. And so, regardless of even, whether I've got a full-time job, because I've got a full-time job, I've got a wife and a daughter, there's all sorts of things going on in my life. But I can either tell myself, oh, I've got all this other stuff going on, I can't take the time to be able to make this game, or I can tell myself, hey, I've got a lot going on in my life, I need to make the time to be able to make this game. And it's, most people wouldn't be up streaming at, right now it's almost 11:30 at night for me. Most people wouldn't be up streaming, past, midnight, streaming when they have to be up the next day at 6:30 a.m. to be able to get ready for work. And like that doesn't set me apart from anybody else. That doesn't make me different. That doesn't make me special. It's something that if you want to be able to create and to be able to, be able to put something out in the world, there is a lot of dedication, sacrifice, time that will have to be made to be able to make that happen. But it's not as much as someone might think. Like, it is always daunting when you start. And that is the hardest thing to actually do, is to get started. And once you actually do get started, the daunting nature of it kind of minimizes just a little bit. Just a little bit. I will say this. It is still daunting for me. I only go live 3 days a week, 4 hours each time. And it's really not that much that I'm doing. But I still, when I wake up in the mornings on Sundays, on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, those are the days that I stream, there's still that feeling, like that thought in the back of my head where I'm like, am I going to have the energy, the motivation to actually go live tonight? Because it's like, I'll wake up in the morning, I'm like, I've got a full work day ahead of me, and then I've got all these other things that I'm doing ahead of me. Am I going to have, and it is kind of nerve-wracking a little bit, because I'm like, I want to make sure that I have enough energy and focus and motivation to be able to actually create the game when I'm live. But I just tell myself, I'm like, these are the hours that I have to work on this. I've got 4 hours, 3 days a week that I have to be able to work on this game. I got to make it work. I got to make it count. And going live actually does help me stay accountable. I know that people will joke and they'll be like, "Oh, he talks a lot. He does all this stuff."
Chemist-I-Nick.
Thank you for the refollow, Chemist-I-Nick. Yeah, people will make jokes, and I'll joke along as well. They're like, I do a lot of talking while I'm streaming, and am I getting as much work done as I could if I wasn't streaming?
Thanks for the follow, Axel_Bennett.
Or being distracted by refollows. Thank you, Axel. I appreciate that. And the answer is probably not. I actually probably get more work done streaming, even though I get distracted with chats, and like hanging out with everybody here and like going back and forth chatting. I probably still get more work done streaming this than I do if I wasn't. Because if I wasn't, I would probably have YouTube up here on my second monitor playing, and I would be, getting distracted in some other way, shape, or form. Or, it would be a Tuesday, and I'd be like, I'm too tired, I'm not going to do any work on the game. Or I'd be like, I'm going to spend 30 minutes on it or something like that. So streaming definitely helps keep me accountable, which is huge. Having some way to keep yourself accountable as an indie dev is massive. Because here's the thing, if you're a full-time developer, what keeps you accountable? Your employer. If you don't show up to work, if you're not doing your job, you're gonna get fired. And so this isn't my job. Like, I don't have anyone necessarily, like, I don't have any, what's the word? I'm trying to think of the right word. Not contract, but for lack of a better term, I don't have any obligation. I don't have any obligation to anyone right now. Like, I could stop streaming, delete my Discord channel, I could remove my Steam listing, I could just go completely dark and never say anything ever again. And I no one has pre-ordered the game, no one's really invested in it. Like technically I could do that, and I could just call it quits and be like, I'm done. But I know that if I do that, and if I'm not gonna go live at all again until I finally have the game finished, I know that I'm never gonna get it finished, because I personally need some kind of something, some catalyst pushing me forward. And for me, it's live streaming, you know? It's because like I've said, I've spent 20 plus years working in RPG Maker, making hundreds of different projects that I've gotten a day into, a week into, a month into, and it's always something that pops up, whether it's, oh, I get bored of it, or I want to start working on this other thing, or, oh, this is too difficult, I'm going to move on to something else. There's always something that always like pushes me back, and I'm like, you know what, I can't do this. And I've admitted multiple times here on the stream, especially when I was trying to get like the random generation stuff working, if, you know, for it actually like randomizing the level, this stuff right here was a freaking nightmare to like actually get it all working. Absolute nightmare. And I admitted multiple times, I'm like, I would probably have stopped working on this project if I were not live streaming it and if people did not know it existed. Because if it was just sitting on a hard drive of mine where it had never seen the light of day in any way, shape, or form, I would have stopped. 100%. I will admit that. So anyway, very long answer made short. Find some way to drive yourself. Actually, I'm trying to think of the quote. It's oh crap, what is it? I don't want to botch this, so I'm gonna look up the quote because I have it written down because I read it to myself every now and then. Let's see, quotes. Where are you? Quotes. Hold up. It's gonna be worth it. I know. I swear it's gonna be worth it. I mean, there's a lot of different ones in here. Oh my gosh. All right, what is it? Dedication. Does it highlight it? Are you serious? Hold up, give me 2 seconds. It's gonna be worth it, I swear. Hold up. Google's pulling up. Google is pulling up. All right, open new tab. Find dedication. Okay, there we go. Now we find There we go. It's not the exact quote I was thinking of, but anyway, general idea is motivation is temporary, dedication is necessary. Basically meaning motivation is never going to last forever. It doesn't matter how motivated you are to do anything in life. Motivation is temporary. It's going to come, it's going to go. But that is where you need to be dedicated to then fill in the blanks wherever that motivation is missing. So long as you have that dedication in whatever form that comes into, whether it's, you know, you're wanting to, you are yourself wanting to create something, you are, you know, you've shown a project to somebody else and they're the ones that's like helping, like remind you, being like, hey, keep working on this, keep going. You live stream your progress, and so there's other people watching and enjoying, whatever it is, whatever that dedication is going to help you when that motivation is gone. Because yeah, I do not feel that motivation very often. Like, it's there every now and then. Like, I'll get super excited about some new feature we're going to work on or something like that. But yeah, so make sure that you have some kind of dedication to take place when that motivation is missing. Anyway, I am so sorry for that very long rant. It's just something that I feel very passionately about because I have, like I've said, I've spent so many years working on so many different projects that I had never finished, and I know that it's like that way for a lot of different people. I know there are countless people who have gone through this exact same thing that I have, whereas there's so many things to create. There's so many amazing things that you could make, and it's hard to be able to focus on one thing specifically, and I always have let that just kind of like, you know, toss me around from project to project, never actually finishing. But yeah, so the dedication for me is specifically, I feel like I've promised a lot of things to a lot of people via this stream, and I want to actually fulfill that promise. And I actually want to get something out in the world that people can enjoy. I want to entertain, and I know that making a game is going to be one of those ways that I want to entertain. So now I'm done. I will get off my soapbox and I'll sit back down. Let's see. Ionut says, I like Fear and Hunger, the art style, painting like, adult theme, the limb amputation, mechanic, coin flip, and the system from Fear and Hunger 1. My favorite character is Moonless. Yeah, I need to play more of it. I've played a little bit of Fear and Hunger, and it is crazy what they've done with that. Thank you for taking the time to answer. Watching your streams motivated me to continue working on my stuff. well, I'm glad that I could help. That honestly is like my ultimate goal with all of this. Like, obviously, you know, I want to get the game out there, have people be able to play it. But if I can help motivate even just one person to be able to continue, you know, creating, and whatever that is, like, it could be anything from making a game, making music, if you like making videos, art, whatever it is. If I can know that I have helped someone feel like they are feeling more dedicated or motivated to be able to continue creating and you know, harnessing that skill and learning and growing, then I will consider all of this a success. So let's see. Ionut says, well, I have a project in my head to make a fan-made game, like remaster of Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei from Famicom. That would be really cool. Yeah, and honestly, like, RPG Maker is a great way to go, just because it is really easy to, like, jump in and just start creating. Yeah, so I would highly recommend RPG Maker if you aren't using it already, or, you know, obviously any other game engine. So long as you can learn it, you're going to be in really good hands, in a really good spot. Yeah. And here's the thing also. No one should ever feel like anything that they want to make can't be created because of some lacking knowledge. Knowledge can be attained, like, no matter what. Like, we live in a day and age where basically, like, if you want, like, if you can think it, you can make it in some way, shape, or form. You know, maybe you have to tamper some expectations here and there. Like, say, for example, with RPG Maker, right? For me, I know personally that I am never going to create some fantastical, huge, open 3D world MMORPG. Like, I know that I'm not going to be able to do that because I am using RPG Maker. Like, it's not going to happen. But the things that I know that I can make, I know that I can do it if I you know, dedicate enough time and effort to it. You know, I can make a dungeon crawling roguelike RPG where the dungeons are randomly generated and you use blackjack as the combat. Usually not something you would see in an RPG Maker game, but with enough time and dedication, you can do it. I can make a Twitch integrated monster fighting game where people can fight monsters together on Twitch using RPG Maker. It can happen. Yeah, so put your mind to it. And then also, one last bit of advice that I would say for anyone who is either wanting to start being, like, you know, creating something, or someone who is continuing to be creative, the advice that I would give is limitation breeds creativity. There's limitations anywhere and everywhere. Use those limitations to help you take your idea further. Don't see them as roadblocks or something that is keeping you, like, holding you down. Look at it as something that can actually help enhance the experience that you are creating. A limitation should never be seen as something that's going to keep you from creating what you want to do. It should be seen as a way to be able to pivot and find new and more, you know, creative ways to be able to create what you want to make. Anyway, I am so sorry. My brain is running at 1,000,000 miles an hour right here, so sorry about that. Let's see. Day Night Cran says, very good advice. Dedication is definitely key. Yeah, 100%. Make sure you are dedicated, and you'll be good to go. All right, Twitch. I am so sorry. What do we got over here? Let's see. 1:30 a.m. here. 3D Taylor. It is. You need to get some sleep. Yeah, it sucks. I legit did that, to be honest. I get overwhelmed with YouTube channel a few years back and deleted everything and my projects. Fair. Yeah, it happens. It happens. And, you know, it's not unheard of. I mean, I have actually heard of people. I know people ever since I started streaming. Like, I have gotten to know people who used to create stuff on YouTube, and they, from what I've heard, because again, like, they deleted their channels, but from what I've heard, it's like they were doing really well, but it just got, like, so much and so stressful to them, they were just like, it's not worth continuing for me, and they legitimately just wiped their entire channel. They didn't go through some whole, you know, uploading a video where they're like, oh, like, I'm taking a break, they were just like, nope, like, I'm done, and just deleted the channel, which, you know, is sad, But at the same time, if it's not something you're enjoying doing, whether it was, ever or anymore, whatever it is, if you're doing something creative, it should be enjoyable. And if it's not enjoyable for you anymore, there's nothing wrong with pivoting. There's nothing wrong with switching to something else. Whether it's you're changing entirely what you are creating, like if you were creating videos at first, but now you want to create music, you were creating art at first, but now you want to do programming, like whatever it is, pivoting, no worries at all there. But the most important thing that I will always say is never stop being creative. You can change, you can pivot, you can pause, you can back up, you can whatever you need to do, just never stop being creative in some capacity. Yeah. Let's see, I remember I had an iteration snake method, Hydra method. That's true. We did have the snake method, the Hydra method. Those were good times. I forgot I got butter tea biscuits. Oh, that sounds really good. From breakfast, someone gifted me one more pack. That sounds really good. I can't believe YouTube changed player again. Wait, what? Can't believe YouTube changed player again. I know what you're talking about. I wish I could explain this to my friends. I always wanted to do fun stuff with them, but they are not reliable, so I ended up doing things on my own. It happens, and sometimes you can't rely on other people, unfortunately. There's specifically one close friend. He's smart and everything, but he never had dedication to pursue a goal. Yeah, and that happens, and I've known people. I actually, at my last job, I had a guy on my team where, we would talk about doing game dev stuff. And I would hear every now and then, he'd talk about, because he wanted to try and make a game with like a couple different friends. And I would hear, how it's like, he would spend all his time working on these things, and, they were trying to work as a team. So, like, I think he was doing programming, his friend was doing art stuff, and he'd do a whole bunch of programming stuff and be like, all right, so what do you have art-wise? And his friend would be like, oh, I'm working on it, like, I'll get there. And it's like, well, okay, but, like, we're a team. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll get to it. And then, like, an hour later, he'll see his friend, like, playing games, watching TV, and it's like, you said that you were going to be working on this. So yeah, so working as a team can be very difficult, and and it goes both ways. There's never going to be like the perfect balance of a team. Like, you're going to have some people that are going to work harder. You're going to have others that take a little bit more casually, but it's also going to fluctuate every now and then. You're going to have the person who is being a little bit more lazy is going to all of a sudden find that drive, and then you're going to seem like the lazy one. So yeah, working as a team can be very difficult, but it can also be very beneficial to fill in those gaps that you may be missing skill-wise. Yeah. I see a short for YouTube channel. Maybe. Nick says, hey, Moonwood Games, you think that attack animations for Game Bruh would make it better? It might. And so here's the thing, actually. So I know that I mentioned this before, but I am looking into, and I am currently trying to make version 2.0. Whole new art style, whole new everything. And so those will have actual attack animations. Yeah. So that will be coming. But for now, it's just the dice. Let's see. Ionut says, maybe after years, I will try to make an Unreal Engine Unreal Engine Shin Megami Tensei. Will be kind of hard. I will make 3D and third person, like modern Mega 10 games, such SMT3 Nocturne, but will not have voice. Fair. Yeah, and that's where it is going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to take a little bit more time, but it's going to be really cool. For short, is a fan remake of Shin Megami Tensei 1 from Super Famicom and Sony's PlayStation 1 from 1992 to 1996, and maybe I could show to Atlus to make a collab. Atlus is owned by Sega, and they're open to collab. That would be really cool. That would be absolutely incredible. Well, yeah. Make sure you, as you're going along, keep us updated, because that would be really cool if you're able to start working on that, and yeah, that sounds like a really fun remake to do. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what we were doing last. Why did I stand on a 12? I stood on a 12. Why did I do that? 19. Oh, that's right. That's what it was. Yes. So now I remember what we were doing. Okay, let's come over here to the spellbook. So the spellbook is technically done. We're good on the spellbook. Everything should be fine there. Done. Complete. Awesome. Let's see. When loading the game after death, it goes back to the main menu. Yeah, we do need to fix that. Tighten up the floor transfers, add more monsters, add perk card, Bryant's Dagger. The next 3 blackjacks are non-boss enemies instantly when you fight. Add a perk card, Mathrador's Fists of Belligerence. We do need to add that. Add at least 1 more puzzle, add 1 new mini-boss graphic, or 2 replace player icons. Yes. Okay, so basically, I want to redo the perk card system area thing. So let's do this really quick. Redo perk card scene. I do want to do that. So basically what I have in mind, here's what we got for kind of how I want it to look. Let's resize this down to 12%. Yeah, sure, 12. Okay, so what we got on the docket for how I kind of want this to look is something like this. Switch that to 1 pixel. Swap that over to there. There we go. All right, so general idea. How I want it to look is like kind of similar to what we've got right now, but like, again, slightly different. So as of right now, we've got it looking like this. So it's basically just, up at the top, it's like, oh, pick your cards. And then, you got your 3 cards. You got card, card, card. And then it, has the title of it. It's got the little icon. And then it's got, what it's doing. And then down below, so as you're hovering over it, it will then have down below, in slightly more detail, the stats that it's increasing/decreasing. So that's what we currently have. What I want to change it to is something like this. So we're going to have, kind of the same thing. So up here, it's going to be like, pick your card. And it will have, again, it'll have the 3 cards right here. So you got card, card, and card. But I want to change the cards up a little bit. I want the cards only to show, it'll be the title of whatever the card is, and then it'll have the icon down here. Same thing on all the cards, title, and then icon of the card. And then basically what it's going to be is then down here is where you're going to have then more of like the actual text of like what the card's actually doing, and then the actual, stat boosts and subtractions and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of how I want to change it. So it's not a whole lot of a big change. It's a little bit. That way it gets a little bit more off of the card, so you can just have the name of it, the icon, and then you can go to a little bit more detail here for like what's actually going to be happening. And so it's basically as you're hovering over the card, it's then showing it down here. So like, if you were to switch over to here, it would then get rid of this and so on and so forth. And then the other thing that I want to do is somewhere on this page, I wanted to have something showing like what you currently have. And so I'm kind of thinking what we're going to do is we're going to have these like, slightly higher, up to here, maybe like that. And then general idea is down here at the bottom. So after you've picked one, the way that it's going to work is with the icon of the card, it will show the icons down here, and they'll just kind of like line up as you pick more and more and more. So as you're going deeper and deeper, you'll have more and more icons down here. And then if you hover over the icon, you can kind of remember what it is that you are actually equipped / activated, however you want to look at it. So that's kind of the general idea that I'm thinking is something like that. So yeah, so you got the icons that go across the bottom. Our cards up here, as you hover over them, it will, show the stats down here, and it'll just say pick a card. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's see. Arnott says, I would like to do that because I like the Mega 10 series. Atlas does some remaster for PlayStation 2. Mega 10 games such as Shin, Megami Tensei 3, Nocturne, and Reidu Kazunoa versus Soulless Army. Yeah, that's super cool. And honestly, like, there's always going to be someone needs to do the remakes. Like, we need good remakes out there of these older games that are just like being lost to time. And so yeah, so if you could somehow get into that would be absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Dazu says similar to Slay the Spire with relics. Wait, what? Oh no. Wait, no. Slay the Spire relics images. Wait, why can I not find like a scene of what this would look like? Because, like, obviously, yeah, like, you got, like, the actual relics themselves. Is that what it looks like? Choose a relic. Check a combat screen. Slay the relics exporter. Okay. Is this what Slay the Spire looks like? Combat. Okay, yeah. Okay, what is happening? Okay. Oh, and so, wait, are the relics... Oh, the relics are up here. Yeah, so something kind of like that. I won't be showing them... Ouch. I won't be showing them, like, while you're in the tomb. At least I don't think so. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. They're on the top? Okay, all right. Yeah, so something kind of like that where, yeah, it'll show on the top. But it's only going to be show on top while you're on this screen. Yeah. Because over here, I don't know where we would show them, you know? I guess, actually... Hold up. Oh, actually... I just thought of something. Down here, in the bottom right corner... We don't have anything for this corner yet. I still have no idea what we were going to put there. We could put the perk cards down here. These could be where your perks are. Huh. Interesting. Actually, we may do that. We may have it so the perks are down here, actually. Okay. All right. Given that you can take 20-ish relics in a single run, they added a tooltip if you click on them. And that's kind of what I would probably do as well, is have some kind of, like, tooltip. I'd probably have a tooltip if you're hovering over them. But that's if you plan on having lots of them. So there probably are going to be a lot. The goal... I think was to have somewhere, once the game is finished, I don't know how many are going to be in the demo. The goal is to, with the finished game, have like roughly 100-ish different relics. But you will only be able to collect as many as there are floors to go through. Yeah, so you definitely won't ever have like 100 of them like in one go. Why 100? I don't know. I don't know. I want to make sure that it's like varied enough, but I guess not too much. So it's probably not actually going to be 100. It may be way less than that. But oh wait, Chemistry Nick says, "Did you answer my question? I was gone, so I wasn't able to hear." Oh no, wait. You think that tech? Oh, the attack animations on the game, bro, would make it better. I could help you, but I would need the color palette and some time. Okay, so I actually didn't see your other two messages, but I did respond to your first one. So yes, so as far as the attack animations for the game, bruh, I think it would help a ton. The only thing is that with the Game Bruh 2 that I'm kind of working on a little bit here and there, it is going to be a completely different art style. It's not going to be pixel art anymore. At least the one that I'm like mocking up right now is not going to be pixel art. It's going to be a different art style. So, and I also, I don't know. I'd have to let you know, because it was something that I had a little bit more time to work on, and now I haven't had as much time to work on it. I also, whoa. That's fun. It also does not help, though, like, with any of, like, the extra spare time that I kind of sometimes have, is I usually spend time working on Plunge into the Dungeon, because I would absolutely love to get the actual updates for that game done. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on the game, bruh. It's mostly just been a back burner kind of thing. I also just realized we're in a new month and I didn't reset it. Oh well. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, so that is the answer to your question. So yeah, so it's probably not going to be, well, it's definitely not going to be the same graphics that we currently have now, and I'm kind of thinking about stepping away from the pixel art for the game, bruh. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see. Similar to Slay the Spire, they're on top. But that's if you plan on having lots of them. Yeah. So definitely, I want to have a good amount. But then, yeah, why 100? 200? I like the way you're thinking, Hootie Hand. We should just do 200 of them. Replayability. Exactly, yeah. I am so sorry. Yeah, replayability is kind of the reason why I want to have as many relics and things like that, or I'm now calling them relics. I want to have as many like of the perk cards as possible, so that we have it feel as good as possible to replay. Make you want to like keep going in, keep getting new stuff and all that fun stuff. Let's see. Nick says, "Oh, no, new art style." Well, it will be eventually. There wasn't supposed to be no in that message. Oh, you're just saying, oh, new art style? Yes. So, well, probably, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm still kind of messing with like what it's actually going to look like for the game. I struggle so much with art style. I have zero idea how to find one for a game. I know. I go back and forth so often, honestly, like with different art styles that I want to do. Because I think I've talked about this, a few times now. I have so many assets that I've purchased over the years that range from, pixel art to like more detailed pixel art, like, basically going from like 1-bit pixel art to 8-bit to 16-bit pixel art. I've got, more realistic looking things, more cartoony looking assets, and just, it's all over the place. And so, yeah, I have a really hard time actually being like, this is the one that I want to do. Let's see, Ionut says, if I'll be successfully done the project along Atlas, help the Shin Megami Tensei 1 made an Unreal Engine, well, I would like an anime studio to make anime adaptation. That would be really cool. The game will have a PS5 and maybe PS6 release along Blu-ray disc of anime adaptation, and maybe Nintendo, PC, and Xbox release would be a cool bundle. That would be an absolutely amazing bundle. That would be fantastic. Let's see, Dazu says, these things come really easily after you have a solid base, so 100, it's not too many, depending on how you make them. True. And like I said, they're all going to be kind of roughly-ish the same. So kind of like almost the exact same like these. So it's like, add 1 to 1 specific stat while subtracting from a stat. Add to your health, subtract from a stat. That kind of thing. So I know that I will run out of combinations with that fairly quickly, and so I will need to kind of branch out a little bit with different perk cards. And that's kind of where, like, as you get further into the tomb, you'll get like the crazier perk cards that are going on, like changing like spawn rates and things like that, which will probably not be a thing until the full release of the game, because that's going to be a lot of work to get that kind of stuff in the game. Yeah. So there will be a lot to pick from. One run will be in a due timeline. 64-bit. That's true. I do have some 64-bit stuff too. Well, I just watched the first episode of Attack on Titan to be determined if I have nightmares. It is pretty horrifying. Attack on Titan is pretty horrifying. I will say that. It's really good, but horrifying. Man, I think I'm by myself. New earphones. My current ones I have a problem charging. No, that's not good. Hopefully, you've had them for a while though, so you can justify buying new ones. See, for me, I don't want to buy new, like, earbuds, even though I've had them for, like, 7 years now. I'm like, I gotta get my money's worth. I got them for free with a phone that I bought, like, 7 years ago, and I still am like, I need to get my money's worth. Maybe one of these days I will. How many stats do you have to work with? So we've got we've got the 4 stats we have technically to work with. So we've got our vitality, dexterity, wisdom, and luck that we can work with, so we can mess with those. We've got our HP, we can mess with that. We can also do like XP multipliers, and then we will also have eventually the Pyro, Geo, Necro, Hydro down here. I want to list those, and so we will have those to also mess with, where we'll be able to kind of do things like adding and subtracting from those spell values temporarily. So that is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish. But then we also have other things like gold. We'll be able to make it so you get more gold when you fight and kill monsters. Like other things. There's things with like the monster spawns / item spawns. yeah, so those are like just like the ones off the top of my head that we'll be able to mess with. I'm sure there's other things as well, things we could have related to the traps. You know, you could have one that like, you know, disable, like, you know, increase your amount of time to disable a trap by, you know, 50%. It just gives you more time to disable traps, or, you know, vice versa. You have 50% less time to disable traps, that kind of thing. Let's see, Unknown Artist is back from your trip. Oh, well, welcome back. I'm glad you're back. Glad you made it back safe and sound. Luck and unluck, exactly. Nick says, I recommend watching Dan to Dan. There are 22 episodes, 12 in season 1 and 10 in season 2 right now, with new ones coming out every Thursday. I will definitely need to get on that. I know they've talked about it in the past, and I feel like I need to actually sit down and watch it. Okay, yes, so... Okay, so then what do we need to do here? So what we need to do is, let's pull this up, redo the perk card scene. We also are going to say, add the perks in the bottom right corner of the screen. So yeah, so those are shown in the bottom right corner of the screen. I am now just thinking about this, though. We have very few image layers to work with still. So we're gonna need we would need at least 9 image layers to show here. Would we have those? So the dice and the items are using the same image layers. The cards should be fine. We should be okay. It should be fine. And if nothing else, we can always find other ways to do this. Ooh.
Unknown Artist says, well, I think I am going to go binge watch out. I hope the rest of your stream goes well.
Well, Unknown Artist, I appreciate you being here. Yeah, go binge watch some Attack on Titan. Sounds like an absolutely fantastic way to spend the rest of your time, day. And yeah, appreciate you being here. But yeah, hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day / evening. I can't remember where you're at in the world. But yeah, hope you have a good one. And hopefully we'll see you on the Sunday stream in a few days. So until then, good luck. Take care. Okay. Yeah. So we do want to have those down here. We are going to need to use image layers. Yeah, we're going to have to use image layers. We might... No, because we were gonna do this before with the map. I was like, we might be able to use the HUD maker to be able to show some images, but we cannot. We cannot do that because we would need to have it be dynamic, and you can't. There's not really a good way to do that with the HUD maker, unfortunately. At least not with MV's HUD maker. So we will have to use image layers. I think we might have enough though, because remember, we were able to reduce the amount of card image layers that we were using by quite a few. Because we used to have, I think, 11 each reserved. And now we're only using... So that would have been 22 image layers. And now we're only using 12, I think? 12 image layers? So that would be more than enough for the... excuse me. Oh man, it's getting late. So that would be more than enough for the things right here, the perk cards. Oh my gosh, my brain is starting to wear down. Yes. Okay, yeah, cool. So I think that's gonna be the plan then. So yeah, so when you're on the perk select screen, let's see. Thetra says, "Good morning, sir." Good morning, Thetra. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Hootie Hen says 182. Oh wait, what else have I missed? What did I miss? What would you say your best pixel art is? Oh, that's a great question. If it's specifically this project, like Tomb of Vercilias, in the game, that's a tough one. I would probably say the one that I'm most proud of. So I would say, like, is my best so far. I would probably say is the town. I am really happy with how the town turned out. Yeah, I do really like the town. Oh, power saving mode. Yeah, I think the town turned out really well. I do really like the town. Yeah. Because like I like it even more than this. Like I like him. He's cool looking. But yeah, I think the town is probably like my favorite that I've made so far for the game. I would say that that's probably my favorite one. If it's just like in general, like maybe not necessarily in this project, but for Tomb of Vercilias, I do really like how. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Trailer assets. I do really like how this landscape scene turned out. I like this one as well. I feel like it's very simple, but like, I don't know. I was like, as soon as I finished it, I was like, I'm pretty proud of that one, actually. I also really like the tower. I feel like the tower turned out really well as well. I really like this tall tower. Anyway, yeah, but as far as in the game, I would say probably the town is like my favorite pixel art that I've made so far for the game. Let's see. Dazu says, just by doing the same formula you had for Axle Daggers, plus stat, minus stat, you could have around 90 combinations. Yeah. So I figure with that, plus like the other ones that I may be able to think up along the way, we should be able to have quite a few different combinations. Let's see. Unknown says, oh wait, I already read that one. Dazu says, NXN minus 1. Yeah. Hootie Hen says, cat! We will be getting a cat in here eventually. It's gonna happen. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Under Artist typed that they were going to be going to binge Attack on Titan and then hoping the stream went well, and then they did a text-to-speech message. I am so sorry about that. Let's see, and then, yeah, so Thetra says, good morning, sir. It's 8 a.m. here. So you were 8 hours ahead then, because it's 3 minutes past midnight for me. Town looks great, I agree. Thank you, I appreciate that, 3D Taylor. So when the cat going to be in the game? We're gonna get there. I promise, Hootie Head. We're gonna get there. It just takes time. It takes time. Got other things I'm working on, plus then I have to actually make the art for the cat. It's gonna get there. It's gonna get there. Nick says, if you want to watch something with your daughter, I recommend the first 2 seasons of Hunter x Hunter, and if your daughter isn't scared of some blood, also 3rd and 4th season. I don't think she would be. I mean, she's 3, but I feel like she doesn't really have much of a concept of like blood and gore, so like I don't think it would necessarily scare her. She also is a very difficult child to scare. Like she actually enjoys scary things, which is it's very odd. Like she absolutely loves Halloween, and she was cuddling in her bed a skeleton prop for Halloween last night. Like she would not go to sleep without the skeleton. And so she had a plastic skeleton in her bed while she was going to sleep. And I'm just like, all right, child, whatever floats your boat, I suppose. So, yeah, I can't imagine she would really get scared of it, but I don't know. Like she loves like being in the dark and getting scared. So I don't know. Maybe she'd be all right with it. That's true. Yeah. Thetra is European. I feel like there's a lot of, people from Europe in the stream and I love it. Jonas says, good morning. Good morning, Jonas. How you doing? How's life? Looks like you are awake just in time for the end of the stream, unfortunately. I am a Euro bean, yes. Good old Europe. Life's life. That's good to hear. Hopefully that's a positive thing, but I'm doing. Well, I'm glad you're at least doing, Jonas. I'm glad you're doing. How was the stream today? It was good. It was a pretty good stream. We got a decent amount done. So you can now, if you do new game, there's not really anything changed here, but you will now be able to select a perk card when you start your new game, and then as you go through the dungeon, or the tomb, if we go through here, let's head down to room 17. Doo-ba-doo-doo-doo-ba-doo. And let's go to the mini boss. So then after the mini boss, if we fight the mini boss and win, so 13, 18, let's stand on an 18. 13, 20, stand on a 20. Yeah. All right, come on, mini boss, just die so I can show. 16. 18? We're gonna stand on 18. 20? What was that? I'm gonna have to go back and check that. That was very bizarre. I swear he had a jack. Yeah, he broke the... Okay. Alright, what the freak just happened? Hold up. Hold up. What the freak just happened? I swear he was on a jack, and it did that thing. Alright. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm getting... We're using the time machine. We're going back in time just to see what's happening. Okay. Hold up. Come on, YouTube. You can do it. Okay. So he's got a 7. Okay. So he's got a king, and I believe there was a jack under there. So 20. And then it soft-handed back to a 10. What? Oh, why? Why the bugs? Why the bugs? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Because then he drew an ace, and that became an 11. And then a 21 as a king. So then I lose. But then it, like, broke the game, because, yeah, weird things. Okay, well, there's a bug I'm gonna have to fix. Bug. Mini-boss, drew... No, mini-boss, soft hand, bug. And then we'll come in here for the description. We're just gonna say, mini-boss drew a king, and then a jack, and... Oh my gosh, jack, and it treated it like a soft hand. So it went from 20 to 10. Then he drew again. Yeah, that definitely should not have happened. Well, yeah, we're gonna figure out what's going on there. Let's see, my Twitch is broken, so I hereby redeem stretch. Alright, that's fair, Jonas. We will do one more stretch before the end of the stream. Here we go, everybody. Let's do a good stretch. Oh my gosh, we're gonna need this. Here we go. Oh, and then the other way. Oh, and backwards. Oh, man. Oh, thank you, Jonas. I appreciate that.
Hootie Hens just redeemed stretch.
No, I just stretched. All right, Hootie Hen, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. Here we go. And the other way. Oh, and backwards. Oh. Thank you, Hootie Hen. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Did I catch that right last time? You make this in RPG Maker. Yes, this is all being made in RPG Maker. It is, it's a good time. It's a good time. It's, a little frustrating sometimes, just, you know, because of the way that it is, but, yeah, so it's all made in RPG Maker, and it's just, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Let's see. It did happen. Wonder if there's any cozy games made in RPG Maker. There are some. There are some. I mean, I guess I did technically make a cozy game in RPG Maker. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, if we go to itch.io, and then we come over here to Moonwood Games. Yeah, so I've got a little cozy game right here where you're running a lemonade stand. And apparently I swear I would have had to save game. Anyway, yeah, so you're just running a lemonade stand. It's very fun. It's a good time. Again, also made an RPG Maker, so lemonade on Main Street. Yeah, this was made for the RPG Maker 2025 game jam. So it's really nothing that crazy. It just, yeah, you're just run a lemonade stand and people come up. But yeah, it's supposed to be very cozy where it's just like, it's very chill. There's not a whole lot going on. Like there is a timer, like when people walk up to the stand, you know, they do have a timer, but like it's a very slow timer. And yeah, they just give you their order and you fulfill it. And it's fun. Limeade, no sugar, and extra ice. There we go. I'm going to charge him an arm and a leg. $9. Yeah. Anyway, there's that. So, let's see. Do you know Obsidian? It's a note-taking app. I do not. Is it pretty good though? A Notion user myself. Remember when Stretch wasn't on cooldown? I do remember. It was a dark day. Fear and Hunger is a good game for some quality family time. That's accurate. Yeah, it's fun for the whole family. Let's see. You know what happened with Gao's stream yesterday? It was very short. No idea. Who's Gao? I've every achievement for both games. Oh my gosh. That's impressive. It's impressive. I like it. Okay, so yeah, so we got that bug I need to fix. And then we need to redo the perk card scene. We also need to add the perk cards to the bottom right corner. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, so this is like the general idea of how I kind of want to redo it. So it's not a whole lot of redoing, it's just like a little bit here and there, a few tweaks, just to make it hopefully work a little bit better. And then, you know, having the stuff come across the bottom here I think would help a ton. And yeah, I think we should be good at that point. But yeah, it is definitely getting way too late. I am not going to be able to start this here because I would not be able to focus at all. I just got a spam call. Did you answer? Did you answer, Nick? What did they say? In 2025? It's good. It's a good point. Although to be fair, I get a lot of spam calls as well. So, you know, it is what it is. Anywho, yes. So, yeah, my brain is just about done for the day. You know, it is past midnight here. So, I think we're gonna call that good. It was about my car wash. Oh, your car crash. See, my brain is done. It was about my car crash. Wait. A spam call about your car crash. Were you in a car crash that they were spamming you about? Or are they telling you about a car crash that you haven't been in yet, but maybe you will be soon? Either way, it's not fun. Spam calls are not a good time. Not at all. Cool. Well, yeah, we got some stuff done, which is good. We were able to make it so you can actually be able to access the spell book at the very beginning. We also got kind of a little bit more done with the beginning of the game, which is great. Making progress slowly but surely. Again, the goal is to have this thing done before the end of the month. Hopefully it all works out that well. A car crash that did not happen. Oh, okay. That would make sense that it was a spam call then. Yeah, it's almost 2:30 a.m., so maybe I should move from computer to TV. It's probably a good idea. 3D Taylor. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate everyone for being here, for hanging out, for chatting. It was an absolute blast of a time. Yeah, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening / morning and or day, wherever you may be in this world. Yeah, it's should be good. So yeah, we're gonna hit the ground running next on Sunday on the next stream. We're gonna see if we can fix that bug, and then we're gonna get the perk card all figured out and good to go. And yeah, it should be a good time. So hope everyone has an absolutely fantastic rest of their day, evening, morning, wherever it may be. YouTube, we're going to say goodbye to you, and then Twitch, we're going to go do a raid. So if anyone has any suggestions, make sure to list them here, and we'll go do a raid. But yeah, so everyone on YouTube, I appreciate you being here. Thank you all so much. And yeah, we'll see you all on the Sunday stream. So until then, good luck, take care, and we'll see you then.